Yeah.
Welcome to Top 4. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Guys, I never thought this day would come. You know, you said Happy New Year. What's so happy about it? I think it's clear to say that some people are just not up to the job, not good enough, not ready. And for the first time, I have to, with a heavy heart, say, Boris Johnson out. Get him out. He's not fit. He's not good enough. Get him out.
I'm joined by Adrian, Liverpool fan.
Recently, I've heard a couple of funny things. I don't know if it's banter, if it's coming from a sincere place, but Mo Salah. In fact, when Mo Salah scores today, yeah, I'm not gonna jump. I'm not gonna celebrate. I'm just gonna do that. That's it, man.
Oh, interesting. I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
Are you mad, man?
Oh my days! Yes, David.
No.
You done know. Big up. And also we've got Robinho, a Manchester United fan. Is that what you're giving me?
You're giving us You're giving us
That is so. I think you know why, John.
The prophecy is soon to be fulfilled, guys. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Man saying,
Let us kick things off at Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea got the beating of a lifetime. Damn it, they were in jail.
That was a good piping.
Oscar, talk. What have you got to say about your boy Frankie Lampard?
First things first, I want to say hello to Liam Talks Motorsport. What's going on? Hello to Lola. What's going on?
Breaking news at St. Mary's. Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen?
Go on.
We've got a goal at St. Mary's against his former club, Danny Ings.
Yeah!
Already?
Danny Ings.
Artist saying is lagging. Thiago's just giving away a free kick.
Up the Saints.
Oh, Pete. Hey, Pete. You're going to have to let Adrian do the updates on Liverpool. Because
sensational goal, John.
You're ahead of him. Pete, you're ahead of AD, so let him do the update so you don't give out spoilers.
Guys,
the defending is shocking.
There's so much going on.
Guys, we're going into national lockdown again. So,
are you serious?
What day?
Breaking news just now. Boris has just announced.
Breaking news. Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's all happening. It's all happening at once. Liverpool are losing. Lockdown is pending. Oh, what do we even discuss first?
Tomorrow.
It's the same thing. You might as well lock me up.
Yeah, I mean, we're already locked down, to be honest.
Yeah, but anyway.
We're locked up. They won't let us
all right, cool. Let me reset. Let me reset here. There's a few comments and that can help us get back on track. Pete Arsenal Gooner said, "Girls and boys, we made it to 2021. Chelsea to be the worst club in 2021. It's been one game, mate. Let's just
technically though,
friggin'
in
breaks.
2021. Like technically.
No, we'll get to that portion of the show later when we do the awards, innit? We'll see. But Lola said this is going to be. I'm watching the replay. The lob is disgusting, by the way. Alison watched it. I am not surprised. Liverpool starting Fabinho and Henderson at centre back. They need to buy a CB ASAP. Guess what? The window's open, so the checkbook needs to come out. Lola saying keep it on the Blues. She wants us to get back to the topic at hand. Liam Talks Motorsport says, me when I see Boris is doing a mean at 8. I don't care. I'm Scottish. Nicola's already put you in the lockdown.
No, it was the afternoon, fam. She just came straight out of the gate. I was like,
Nicola, don't waste time. Let's talk about what you came to talk about. SW6S London said, Oscar, I'm here, my G. The reason I need his support is because Chelsea where do I begin? Chelsea had to endure one of the biggest resurgences in Pep Guardiola's season as they battered Chelsea 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. Guys,
3-1.
I was
3-1.
so. Huh?
Nah, it was 3-0. That one goal doesn't count.
Oh, swear. Okay.
Oh no, I forgot. I was only counting the goals of players that play for Chelsea, but Callum Hudson-Odoi never gets to play for Chelsea, so I forgot. I thought he wasn't part of the team. But anyway, so yeah, we got slapped 3-1. And guys, let me tell you this. I have never felt the feeling that I felt during this game. At halftime, I didn't want the game to continue. That has never happened of me ever watching Chelsea. Even when we were 2-0 down against Arsenal, I was like, come on, we can fight. We can show some fight. But to be 3-0 down in the manner that we conceded the 3 goals. What did you say, Adrian?
What that Conte game when you held a beater?
We held a... Do you know what? Yeah, maybe the Sarri one as well. Do you know what? Maybe it has happened before. Maybe I'm chatting absolute nonsense. But I think this is just so painful for me. This is painful for me because it's Frank Lampard, isn't it? It's Frank Lampard. This is the guy that I've backed mercilessly on this podcast. I've always been in his corner, and I've always said that he's going to turn this ship around. I think it sunk in on Sunday that he's not going to turn this ship around. He's not got the tools within him to sort out our defense, keep our midfield ticking over, and get the attack playing well all at the same time. And that's what you need to do to be a successful team.
Oscar, are you saying that Peter's won? Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
Are you saying that Peter's won?
Peter's won what?
With the Frank Lampard debate.
Do you know what? I'm at a point where I agree with Peter a lot more. I understand what Peter's saying, but I don't think he's won till I don't think you can say you've won till it's over. I don't think you can say you look. Guys, I've done a U-turn. I've done a U-turn in it from thinking that Frank Lampard is going to do it to now understanding that, do you know what, he's just a little bit out of his depth. I think to say that Peter's won would be like, look at Arsenal right now. You know, we all thought Peter had won when he said the yellow card for Arteta. They've turned it around. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that Arsenal could be looking forward to Arteta as their future. So, you know, it's not over till it's over, basically. Frank Lampard is imminently going to get the sack, it seems. I turned notifications on my Chelsea Twitter because I thought Frank is doing. Yeah? I turned notifications on.
As soon as I heard Tuchel's gone, I said, he's coming to Chelsea.
Yeah. I turned my notifications on. I turned my notifications on because I thought, this is it. I'm going to wake up tomorrow, see a picture of the corner flag, and that's it. Frank Lampard's gone. It didn't happen. So I think they're waiting. I don't think maybe he won't go this weekend, maybe after the next game or whatever. But until Frank Lampard is sacked, I don't think Peter's won. And I think I have clearly, you know, changed my views. So if that's what you wanted,
the new Brexit rules has to come into play. He needs those paperwork before Tuchel can come in, so that you never know.
No, I wouldn't even go down the Tuchel route. I don't know why Tuchel's the one that's being linked. I'm looking at Allegri still sitting at home, not having a job. I'm thinking
that's a smart appointment, but I feel like they were.
That's the Chelsea appointment,
and it's a typical Chelsea appointment in my opinion as well. Just someone
I think so is Tuchel. I think Tuchel is a Chelsea appointment too.
I would say so.
I don't think so. Because when you think about Chelsea's football over the last decade or so, I don't really think of someone like a Tuchel coming in and all of a sudden we're going to see this kind of new Chelsea. We sort of were trying to get that with Sarri. I get what you mean in that sense. But
we did.
Once they threw Sarri in the bin, then it was like, okay, let's revert to type. But
no, because we went to Lampard. I agree. I agree in the sense that I think at the top at Chelsea, there was an idea. They wanted a mentality shift. They didn't want the Conte, Mourinho type of pragmatic manager. I think Chelsea did want to start playing attractive football and build a long-term thing with a manager. That's why we got Sarri in. Sarri didn't work. Lampard is not working yet. So I don't know. It does feel like we don't know. If we go Allegri, it could be that. My biggest fear is I don't want Chelsea to go back into that cycle of a new manager every 2 seasons. I don't want that. I don't want that. Like, I know we did it for so long and we won titles and we were successful, but I don't want that. This is why I backed Lampard so heavily. I want a manager that's going to be here for 5-10 years and win as much as he can in that time.
But do you?
like?
The
But
truth
yeah,
of the
let's
matter
do
is, this though. Why on earth? I know it's easy to go back, and I know it looks like hindsight FC, but I'm not even on the hindsight thing because I was never Lampard in the first place. But why did you sack Sorry? Like it just doesn't make any sense. There was so.
Look, I think there were so many factors. We had a transfer ban, and a portion of the fans were just incredibly disrespectful to Sarri. And I don't think Sarri felt welcome there because the fans treated him like garbage. Let's call it spade a spade.
Him leaving. But was he the one that was he not sacked?
I think it was a bit of both. The fact that he walked straight into a Juventus job lets me know that maybe he had this lined up. The fact that we had a transfer ban, like everything just felt like maybe both parties just realized this is not a good idea for the future. Let's just part ways here because Sarri was a great manager. What he was building at Chelsea, the effects of it are still there today in terms of the way we play football. But, you know, let's not talk about Sarri and Lampard replacements. Let's talk about the game for start. Yeah.
Slap. What happened? You go slap. All
right,
4 minutes, you go slap.
Lola's been talking about Kante. Boy.
It's a COVID-ridden city. It wasn't even sick yet. Like, this man was sick.
There's too many Kante on the ground against players.
What happened to him, bro?
Kante was just
he was isolated. He was isolated.
Man.
Guys, our midfield was non-existent. First of all, you have Kante isolated at all times. Then you have Kovacic, who had probably one of his worst games I've ever seen him have in a Chelsea shirt. But the first two goals came on his side, no support to Aspi or to Kante. So I don't know what he was doing in the middle there. Mason Mount was a silhouette. He wasn't even a statue, he was a silhouette, of a human being. And he's been that for the past 5 games. But Frank Lampard will not drop this kid. And I think that's part of my frustration with the way that Frank has handled this current period. We've had 4 defeats in 6 games. Mason Mount has played almost every minute of every game. In that, you've had every single player dropped. You've had Jorginho play and get dropped. You've had Havertz play and get dropped. Kovacic play and get dropped. Mount is the ever-present. And I think, Lampard's got his favourites. And I don't mind managers having their favourites. Your favourites better be the best players. You know what I mean? They better be the ones that are contributing to us winning games. And when you see a midfield, for your agenda's a comment about Werner, and I'll talk about it now. Oscar, what did I tell you about this Werner guy? He can't do it on the right wing or centre. His first touch is bad. He can't dribble. He needs a lot of space to shoot. He's a second striker who plays off a target man. Look, if Werner makes a run and players don't find him, what do you expect Timo Werner to do? He's not going to hold up the ball. He's not like he doesn't get the service. He didn't get the service against City. There was plenty of times he's in behind on the last shoulder, waiting for a ball in. The ball never came to him. So
Warner Watch was in full effect yesterday, and man kicks the corner. At that point, I was like,
what are you saying, David?
Gentlemen,
jump in.
I think, if I heard this correctly, I think the Premier League has been shut down, fam.
Huh?
If I heard correctly.
No, you're buzzing. No, you're buzzing. Somebody confirm that.
I'm not lying. I'm listening to Sky News right now, bro. All sports been knocked off, bro.
Oh, that's actually not that bad for Chelsea.
Oh, yeah, mate. If I was listening correctly, I heard my man say all elite sport, tennis, golf, Premier League, gone.
Are you serious, fam?
Yeah.
That is a hype thing, man.
That is a mad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not taking place at Wembley anyway. So what, Premier League done off, yeah? Again?
I think Premier League is done off again, cuz.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah, Twitter's making noise. I haven't seen any official confirmations, but yeah, there's hella noise on Twitter. Hella noise.
Yeah.
From tomorrow?
From Wednesday, I think. It starts.
Oh, let the League Cup play out. Let the League Cup play. Let the League Cup play out.
You got to
play in the League Cup.
Yeah, you got to get it.
Yeah, got to get it.
Last time was the Atletico game. Now we're playing against Southampton.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we go back to the football? Let's go back.
We'll wait until we get
Yeah. SW6 says lockdown, lads and ladies. Thank you for that one. Let's get back to the football. I was talking about Timo Werner a second. SW6 said, Werner, no service at all. Lola O said, Werner has worse touch than Lukaku. Can't dribble, can't pass, can't even keep the ball. Look, Robin said Werner watch was on Sunday. And I'm all for the Werner slander if he plays like he played against Newcastle and misses 4 sitters, or against West Ham when he missed a couple sitters. Tell me the sitter that Werner missed against Man City. It didn't exist because we didn't feed him. We didn't supply the boy.
I was going to say, let me defend Werner on this one, because I think for any forward at Chelsea for this game on the weekend, the midfield service did not exist. They were at fault for any of the front three, because they got nothing that game whatsoever. And as much as you know me, gang, I will be on that Werner watch when ready. I'm ready for it. even I have to sit down and think, because as we were watching the game, it was a bit like, it was one of those. I was watching the sort of the 20 minutes into the game.
I've got a news update.
Go ahead,
I'm hearing the contrary. Elite Sports will be allowed to continue despite newly announced national lockdown in the United Kingdom. That's what I've got from here. So we're gonna have to wait and see.
All right, guys, one of you spreading fake news. One of you spreading fake news. I think you guys need to sort it out.
One of them is on the podcast.
Yeah, but I would say literally.
We'll get back to you. We will get back to it.
What's it called? Yeah, no, the forwards for Chelsea got absolutely nothing. The midfield, Oscar pointed out at the beginning, was the biggest problem. And the defense, I'm not even going to go and say anything about the defense, but because it's the defense that I've always ridiculed and discussed about throughout the season. But because Mendy was getting clean sheets and 4-0 wins, it was one of those where I had nothing to stand on. But what I saw yesterday up against a top team, you know what I'm saying? When a top team plays this defense, you will get performances like this. And it's no surprise to me why why top 8 Chelsea have played haven't got a win. You know what I'm saying? And go back to last season, there was about, if you could pick out, like, since the lockdown in March, for example, and then we resumed football in June, Chelsea have had like 7 defeats or 7 games where they conceded 3 goals or more. And it was just like, for me, the big problem, as much as the midfield was poor yesterday, I agree with that. Chelsea's big problem as a whole is, of course, the manager. We've been there and done that. You've heard me sing about that, because I don't think he's a bad manager. I just think he is not equipped for this situation. A good manager is the one that will get you, is what will get you further down the line and winning the league. Oscar, what are you laughing?
Bruv, there's a comment that given me all the joy, yeah? Because this is one of the biggest debates we had on a podcast, yeah? But anyway, Abdi065 has said, remember in November when I said United would be above Chelsea and Spurs by New Year's and everyone laughed? Only Oscar thought it was possible. Them man had done out only 3 points ahead of Arsenal. Pete, remember when you said it wasn't feasible?
Oh,
You used the word feasible, and you made us Google feasible to see if Man United could be above Spurs and Chelsea, and now they are.
I agree. But let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest, right? Nobody was talking about something like this happening. This was not what we
What do you mean? This is what we discussed, Peter.
It was not this. Let's not go on like to say. Let's not go on like what's it called? Tottenham have been playing well, or Man United have been playing well, and Chelsea have been playing well. None of that's happened. When we were talking in November, like 7 games ago, it was a completely football. In fact, Chelsea were considered title contenders on this podcast. In November.
No, after the beyond their own responsibilities, a lot of games, a lot can happen.
That's what we were saying, though.
It wasn't a case of, you know what, Chelsea would do bad and Spurs would do bad, and then Man United will go above them.
But that's the only way it could happen.
No, but bruv, what I'm saying is, if, for example, Man United's fortunes hadn't changed at all this season, Man United have been doing the exact same thing as they've been doing since the start of the season. That does not mean.
Peter, you're shuffling. You're shuffling.
I'm shuffling. So are you going to let me finish the sentence or not? If you don't agree, that's your opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's fine.
It's not about agreeing. It's not about agreeing.
can't just call it waffling because you don't agree with it. What I'm saying to you is this: nobody saw Chelsea being where they are right now. Nobody saw Tottenham Hotspur where they were being right now. That wasn't even discussed in November. So my point was, Man United being near the top, that's mad. The L, if you want me to take the L is that Manchester United are at the top of the league. But guess what?
Yeah.
They've not won the league. They're not in first place.
That wasn't the conversation we had.
You said above Spurs, and I said what? You mean top of the league?
Yeah, and we said they don't have to be. We said they don't have to be above Spurs to be top of the league. That was in the conversation, and you said it was not feasible. You didn't say it wouldn't happen. You said it's not feasible.
Go back and put up Abdi's comment. I'm responding to the Abdi.
Oh, seriously?
I'm not responding to the feasible comment, am I?
No, but that was the conversation we had at the time.
No, I'm going to this comment here. If you want to talk about the feasible one, fair enough. Guess what? I'm wrong in that Manchester United conversation. In the Spurs Man United conversation, I am wrong. I'm telling you why I'm wrong. Like, so what? I should just say, oh, you know what? I was wrong. Move on. Is that what you prefer? Or do you want to have a conversation about it?
I didn't say anything.
I could be the Muppet. I could be the Muppet in this situation. That's funny.
I did not see it feasible.
No one saw it coming.
And I did not see it feasible for the form Chelsea were going to go in, and I did not see it feasible for Man United to do what they did. Guess what? I was wrong at that, but I can explain why that's happened. That doesn't mean I'm shuffling. I haven't changed my remark. I'm telling you what happened, and those are the things that we never saw happening. When you're not saying it's feasible, you lot were on about Chelsea losing 5 and 6. No one was talking about.
We were.
No, you weren't.
Not to this extent.
I hate what said to me.
No. Guys, on the podcast, we both said it is feasible for Tottenham and Chelsea to lose games and Man United to win their games, and that's exactly what's happened. Let's
look
move
at
on.
The difference. Yes, look at the difference between that. Look at the difference between that comment and what's actually taking place. Look at what's
why there's a difference. The point was United going above, and they went above. So why are we arguing?
So exactly, that's my point. That's exactly my point. Man United are not top of the league, are they? They're not top of the league.
We never said they would be. No one said they would be.
I said in the conversation we were saying, what do you think Man United will be top of the league?
We never said that. You said that.
Exactly. That's my argument.
But okay, all right, fine. That was your argument. Abdi said Peter needs water. Oh wow. Let's finish up on this Chelsea game. Let's finish up on this Chelsea game.
What's the comment?
Oh, I just took it away because he was cussing, so I just took it away. Peter needs to duck out, man. Just commend my team, you little thieving Jankru. I don't know what Jankru is.
Commend Manchester United.
Oh gosh.
Are you guys for real? I'll leave it to Robin. Robin's the Man United fan. I'll leave it to Robin.
I said,
I know. He's not a smart guy. Look, smart guy.
Guys, Lola said, well, this is funny. And I don't know if she's actually thinks this is funny or if she's being sarcastic and wants us to move back onto the football. But
you know, Chelsea,
somebody talk about my team, please, because I'm fuming.
A second ago, but hey ho.
From what I saw of Chelsea, do you know what disappointed my Chelsea? It's like even when they won 1-0 or 2-0 down, I never saw the hunger or the thing to fight back. It's like similar to what Orki was saying. Like there was no effort or like desire to win the game from the get-go. And yes, it's a city. It's not even full strength city. It's a COVID-ridden city that have bare people out and can be get at. But you guys didn't even look like, even at home, that you cared. I was like, oh, you're expected to be spanked by City. And I don't know. A manager.
I 100% agree.
Yeah. So that's what I get. Because after 3-0, they just passed it around. They weren't even intent on scoring, even though Sterling had a couple chances missed. It was quite clear that the second half, it was just all of them just passing about and saving their energy for Wednesday's game.
Do you know what I think though? I think a lot of this is Frank Lampard's fault. And I think when we went in at halftime 3-0 down, I genuinely have no idea what he said to those players, because we've been in this situation so many times. We were down back end of last season. Peter mentioned it, I think, when we were getting battered by Sheffield United. We went in at halftime. I think we were 2-0 down. Same situation. Arsenal the other week, we're 2-0 down. Same situation. This game here, we're 3-0 down. And in all of those situations, Frank Lampard did the same thing. He straight away like 2 changes and like hooked somebody off, made an example out of someone, brought on Hudson-Odoi to try and save us. At halftime, we didn't do that. We came out with the exact same team that started the first half, and those guys played till about 65 minutes, which made me kind of think he's not even going for this. He's maybe just given up, and he just told them, shut up shop. Don't try not to concede any more goals and just leave it. And I think we didn't see Chelsea attack at all until my boy Hudson came on. And then it looked a little bit better with Havertz and those guys combining. I think the scariest thing about Chelsea is that exactly what Robin's saying. It looked like we gave up. It looked like we were resigned to it. And it looked like Lampard had no answer for how to come back in this game.
I think the best way to put it, it looks like the guy was simply out of his depth. And he's coming to a job he just ain't got the tools for. And Oscar, for a long time, I've always reserved my judgment of Frank Lampard. And I've always said, first season, give him a apply, he integrated the youth, transfer ban, etc. and so forth. Now, bro, you've been given the tools, you've given the equipment. Now, I need to see at least a title challenge.
Yeah, I agree with that, because let's speak facts here. Out of all of our managers, Chelsea's was the one that was backed the most throughout the whole thing. So where they are now, it's not a thing of Frank doesn't have his players.
Let's not comparisons, please. Let's not do comparisons.
Frank has his players, though. You can't say they didn't get what he wanted. He did.
No. Frank definitely got what he wanted and should be getting more out of the players that he's signed. That's 100% true.
The thing is as well, though, everybody knew, like, I knew from day one, give him 500 million, bro. Yeah, I don't give a damn. The guy is not winning the league title with Chelsea because he's not good enough. But the thing is, obviously, this season, what everybody wanted to do was, look, let's let him have a try at least. Give him a shot.
At least.
What he did last season is that he got them in the top 4. And even, me, my opinion on that top 4 last season. It's one of those where I didn't even see Chelsea, like, they were building on something or developing something. Not quite necessarily. So even this season, as this season has started, I can't tell you the difference between this season and last season's Chelsea. Yes, it's got 200 million on the top of it, but there was actually no difference between the two teams. So for me, I don't know. It's just it was a waste of a season and a half to recruit Frank Lampard as the Chelsea manager. They should have gone. No, they should have just gone gun ho. If you're gonna fire Sarri, you need to come in here with some intent and get a manager that's actually going to do the job. Because I think Sarri's situation was that not that he couldn't even do the job. It's just like Oscar was saying, he fell out of favor with sort of everything that was around him. But he could do a job. He won a European trophy. He finished 3rd, for crying out loud. Whereas with Lampard, the guy is a novice, bro. Whether we like to accept it or not. And that's the same reason I'm keeping the same energy with my own manager, who's won a trophy. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm saying, look, at the end of the day, you're not somebody who is, when you're up against managers, that have got 15, 20 years experience on you. Do you know what I'm saying? And your Mourinho's, your Pep Guardiola's, your Klopps, you know what I'm saying? You can't compete with these man. I'm sorry, you can't compete with these kind of dons. These men know their stuff. So when a decent side plays against Chelsea, comes up against Chelsea, it's always a thingy. There's always a chance to get a result against Chelsea. But Man City with 6 players out, no striker, and they're taking the piss like this. And this is a Man City where everyone is saying, do you know what? Oh, Man City is all wobbly and rare. We're questioning Guardiola's transfers. Is he a good coach? Blah, blah, blah. We started talking all that horse crap at the start of the season. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute. The problem with Man City is they can turn it on or off. And that's their problem. Is when they turn it on, they are horrible. They're horrible to play against. But they came up horrible. And all it did is they came up with a Lampard.
Yeah. SW6X London says, simply outclassed. I still think we shouldn't overreact to these things. Can change quickly. Unfortunately, things can change quickly for Lampard also. I think the biggest fear is that Chelsea are trigger happy. And we know, based on history, managers don't get a lot of opportunities to fail. I think when Robin, you compared the other, Ollie and Arteta. I think Ollie and Arteta are going to be afforded more time at their respective clubs than Lampard is in terms of, the failures. So that's just how it is. Boss like Endo is back. He said, I still stick by what I said. City are average. A win over an out of sorts Chelsea ain't going to get me gassed. They still lack a cutting edge. However, they are mounting a charge. Peter, what do you have to say to that?
What I'll say to that is everybody's average. And that's what makes the title charge there. You know what I'm saying? City are in this title race because just like City, Liverpool is average this season. I mean, Liverpool's away record this season is shocking.
It's poor.
Shocking. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Do you know what I'm saying? This is a team that this season conceded 7 goals to Aston Villa. You know what I'm saying? Not even City or anything like that. 7 to Aston Villa. You've got situations where Manchester United Spurs go to Old Trafford and give Man United 6. Do you know what I'm saying? But then, the kind of Spurs we're getting, we don't even know what Spurs we're going to get this season. The same situation you can plant on every single team is that 1 minute they strike hot, the next minute they strike cold. And so we can't work out what kind of team it is. How are Arsenal 3 points behind Chelsea? Somebody tell me that. How has that happened? Because no one saw that happening. No one saw that coming. Even if Arsenal were to pick up points, we didn't think Chelsea would drop that many points either. Do you get what I'm saying? So, I don't know if you've seen these funny little memes where you got joint top, joint second, joint third, joint fourth. And it goes all the way to the second top of the table. How are Arsenal? It's just ridiculous.
And then that's indicative. That's indicative of your overarching point, isn't it? Because Arsenal's form has been so bad that Chelsea's equally as bad form has come under the radar. Oscar, you said you've lost 5 of your last 6, is it?
I thought it was 4 of the last 6.
It's 4 of the last 6.
That's astronomically bad. Well, because Arsenal were in their little streak, it's all under the carpet. So I think, honestly, I think the title race is like a top 4 race this season. He wants to do something.
I think the thing is Arteta's form was also like comically bad, and Arteta's turn happened at the same time as Chelsea. Well, not Chelsea's, but like the moment we realized there was a real big problem at Chelsea was that battering at Arsenal, and I think Arteta's finally figured out who to play.
To be fair, I think that was just to you I think when that defeat against Arsenal is what made probably Chelsea's eyes open to it. Whereas some of us were saying it from day. Like, I just didn't trust this Chelsea side anyway. Because it was 4-0 over there, but then it's 3-3 with Southampton. Like, the West Brom one for me was when I was like, okay, this Chelsea team, I'm sorry, it's not a title challenging team. Because
I think
then who's to say? How can I dare say they're going to be up there with the likes of City and Liverpool? But of course, we saw Liverpool get 7 and City get their beat.
I just think when it came to Chelsea, we after that West Brom and that Southampton game, there was definitely a shift in the way Chelsea played. We did play better, marginally, not largely better, but marginally better. We did pull off some like decent wins and impressive wins and a string of consistency that we thought would, we knew defeats were coming. We knew Chelsea would lose a game like City. We knew that banana skin was always going to be there. But to lose to Wolves in the way that we did, to lose to Everton, Arsenal, who are on such bad form, I think it was more shocking than maybe you gave it credit for. But anyway, B Arsenal Guna says an Arsenal fan. Huh? I know about Miss. Oh, as an Arsenal fan. As an Arsenal fan, I know about missed opportunity. This league is affected by outside influence. This was an opportunity for Frank to lay the foundation of a winning transition. Tradition, yeah, sorry. I guess what he's saying that because of COVID and because of the injuries that Liverpool have had, everything that's gone on,
Do you know what? Football club? Go again, David.
I think COVID has affected everyone, man. Like, look at Liverpool now. It's not flowing, bro.
I agree. But David, do you know one football club that should take advantage of this and get this January window right? And I don't know if we want to transition. But Manchester United, yeah, there is an opportunity right now.
Yep.
There is an opportunity because how on earth Man United are even at the top, you know, near the top of the league, and with everything that's gone on with them, because let's we forget they were the talk of the town at the start of the season, where you know, and you know the end of last season as well, where it was a bit like how you know the Brighton victory to this is still it lives rent free in my head. Like it's such an annoying game to think about. But when I look at Man United and you think about how often they've been criticised, everybody's got their fair share of criticism on this pod for their respective clubs. But Man United, I don't know what it was at the start of the season. It just felt like, what are they doing spending 40 million over there and then spending, what is it? I don't know how much you bought Tellez for. Because these are two players that don't even make the Man United team, right? But right now, like if they get this right, I mean, and I say if they get January right in terms of recruitment, Manchester United, personally speaking, and that's just my preference, my opinion, based on nothing much really, this right here from where we stand, yeah, this is Manchester United's title to lose. Just from where we stand right now. Because if they take the bull by the horns, yeah, if they grab the brass ring, bro, this could be their title. This could easily be their title. What's your thoughts on that, Robin?
You're so funny, you know that.
I'm with you on that talk because it's like, again, no one expected us to be here at this point where I'm looking at we're joint points with Liverpool. They got the better goal difference, all that stuff. No one expected it. I certainly didn't. And I don't know what's happened at the club, but you can see now that everyone has now starting to play for each other. That makes sense. No one's trying to outdo each other. No one's trying to do that. We're literally trying to play football. And it's still hard to watch because at times I just want to dash everything on my TV. But you can see that something is going on. And I agree with you. They need to make the January transfer window right. Yes, we're getting a right winger in, which is nice. But I need a DM. I can deal with not getting the defenders. It would be nice to have defenders, but it's very unlikely we're going to get anyone. Right now, it's seriously a DM. Looking at who we've got next, it's now game in hand week, so now everyone's playing their game in hands except for those that had to cancel because of COVID. So we don't have that luxury anymore with Burnley next before Liverpool. But this is like what you said, we need to take advantage of everyone's failures. This was the only week we did. We should have taken advantage of Leicester. But this week was actually like the week where when we beat Wolves, that we took advantage of everyone else dropping points. And now currently with the Southampton game, if it stays like this and we beat Burnley, we're 3 points above Liverpool going into that clash. And that puts pressure more on them. So it's a very weird situation. But I will say this. I will only consider Manchester United in, quote unquote, in the title race. They have to beat Liverpool.
That's a fair point. It's a fair shout.
Before you even think about that, because our top six our top six in general has been crap. We've done 2 draws. No, I think we've done 3 draws, 2 losses. So we lost to Arsenal, we lost to Tottenham, drew Chelsea, drew City, and now we've got Liverpool. Yeah, so 2 draws, 2 losses. So even if I think about going to because after Liverpool, our run is very nice. Very, very nice. So we need to beat Liverpool in order to think about going for this title race.
Boss like Endo said Liverpool are average, been pitiful on the road. Only 2 good performances this season, kept 3 clean sheets. We have Hendo at centre back, and we're still top. He said that, but you know, as Robin's just alluded to, it's not guaranteed that you're going to be top for much longer if the game stays as it is. Adrian, are you watching the game? Can you give us an update? What's going on?
I think Salah's claiming for a penalty. It's a perfectly fair tackle from Ryan Bertrand. Nothing really. We haven't really threatened. Southampton have looked quite comfortable. It's actually been reviewed by VAR. But yeah.
But we ain't doing jack all, blood.
Oh, no,
yeah. This game, Southampton have been on this from minute one.
Yeah. Honestly, it's typical of what the league has been this season. But you know what, Robin, you just mentioned that you had the 2 draws against who was it? City and Who was the other? Chelsea. And then you had the 2 defeats of Arsenal and Spurs. What I find strange then is that Man United haven't beaten any of those guys. That's a bit of a worry for me. Where if I've got doubts, to not be able to get a win out of any of those games is a bit surprising. And I think you got Arsenal end of the month as well, isn't it? At the Emirates. So you got Liverpool and Arsenal then quite close. Is that the case?
Yeah, but we got like Fulham and Sheffield United in between.
Okay. Yeah. Guess what? In February, United could be 6th. You know what I'm saying? And it could be Leicester at the top of the league. Yeah. So it's it's just.
That's what I'm saying. So we just need to take advantage, and if we can do business, we keep hearing about this Ecuadorian player that can play DM, but I don't know if he's coming. The only thing I generally think we'll just get the right winger in, and we just have to go forward with that. If that's the case, we just need to keep Eric Bailly fit. Because with him, it's never been a thing of his ability. He's just always injured, and that's what's the most annoying thing with him.
Yeah,
because
no, go on.
We all know while he's a wild character, he's a competent defender. So it's always been like that with him. He's just always injured. So if we can keep him fit and let Lindelof actually deal with his back injury, because that's what he's been dealing with the last year, get that squared, and then we could do something. But then, like you said, it all literally depends if we beat Liverpool or if we beat Burnley, beat Liverpool, and we just go for it. Because that's what we can really do, really. Just go for it. I'm not expecting the league title, but it is very nice to see the Twitter absolutely rattled because United fans will say joint first, because that made me laugh.
Robin,
yeah.
Robin, you just said all we can do is just go for it. When you say we, are you calling yourself a Manchester United fan?
I'm calling myself Manchester United associate. I told you.
Get off the fence, Robin. Get off the fence.
Come off it.
Get off the bloody fence. No. Do you know why? Because it's January now. If Man United win a trophy this season and you're not calling yourself a fan, you can't call yourself a fan in May. You can't be here lifting the League Cup in February, talking about we won.
The League Cup is in April.
Huh?
The League Cup finals in April. Yeah, it got moved.
They moved it.
Oh gosh,
really?
They moved it to April. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
No. If I'm being...
I'll try you see Robin with the 2020-2021 Champions t-shirt. Right. I'll be like, this is bad, bro.
Look out of here. Swear down. If I see it, I'm ripping it off you. I'll give it to a kid who loves United.
I can't.
Put that up.
Oscar, lads, serious question.
I'll be if we beat Liverpool, then I'll be back on the train.
What?
I'll be back on the train.
Criminal. But Robin, as much as the Arsenal season's been bad, you're not winning at the Emirates. Just put it out there. Put it out there. But I'll ask you, are you seeing that chart?
Huh?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Did you? Yeah, I was going to say, I was waiting for you lot to see it because I was like, I've seen a chart that's so ridiculous, but I was waiting for you to see it. The howler.
Massive howler. Wait, Adrian, when you get to that howler, let us know because we need to talk about what just happened there. That is the howler. Speaking of title contenders, there's a couple comments here. I know we're talking about Man United, but there's a few comments here about a certain Manchester City player. For the agenda, shout out to him. He says, "Can Pep stop teasing us and give us Phil Foden his proper breakout season? Generational talent." Lola has also jumped in on that and said, "Oi, Foden needs to fight Pep in the ring. He needs to be starting. They need to link up Hyde Park on the undercard of Peter versus Abdi 065. What do you love think? Like I love Phil Foden. Is he ready? And is he playing at a level that is better than Riyad Mahrez, than Ferran Torres? Like, who's he keeping out of this side? Do you think he should be starting, guys?
No, he should be starting. And it's better for the rest of us if he doesn't start because he's a quality player, a very quality player, and he will probably make City come into this quote-unquote title race. So, because they win their 2 games in hand, they're 1 point behind us and Liverpool. Yeah, us and Liverpool.
Oh, my bad, guys. I apologize. I've forgotten something very, very special that we have to do. We have to invite a legend back onto the Top 4 podcast.
Bro, man's been waiting in the wings like a bad bee, cheating with one brother cheating, bro, under the bed.
I didn't know.
Man's deleted the DMs. I've been here since Adrian and Peter's conversation, bro. Man's been here for time.
No, the thing is,
listen.
The thing is, I didn't even know you was going to be on today. I had my phone like watching the Liverpool game, so it was covering the screen. I couldn't even see your face. It's only till you messaged me. Bro, my bad.
Man's been ill. Man's drinking tea, you know? You get me? So, man's confident that. Man United, man. You get me?
Oh, he's a fan. He's a fan.
He's another one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Shameless FC is back if we win 21, bro. 21.
Hey, what, Ernie, is Ollie at the wheel?
I don't know who is. Someone's driving. Man, not driving cars, is it? I don't know who's driving, but you get me.
You get to the destination.
Hey, you gotta get there, bro.
I hook about.
Ernest is proper ill if he's drinking a hot beverage, bro. That guy and a hot it doesn't exist.
Man's ill, bro. Man's ill. Hey, by the way, did you man see Scott McTominay's dad has come to join us in the coaching staff, bro? Darren Fletcher's back.
Darren Fletcher's back.
It's the reunion.
Hey, McTominay is going to wake up, bro.
Yeah,
I can't and I'm saying this is a big if. If you guys let Ollie win the Premier League, you guys need to go leave this country. Because that's terrible.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be worse than Adrian if we win the league.
No, but you're not going to. Like, Man United are 2 games.
The pressure. You hear the pressure in Adrian's voice.
I'll be honest. The thing is, I don't believe for a second we're in the title race.
You know, I don't believe so either.
I don't believe for a second we're in the title race simply because man are forgetting that as soon as Valentine's Day hits here, Europa League is back in the end. So like, it's not. I'm not falling for none of this.
Who you got?
Say that again.
Who you got in Europa League?
Do I even know?
Huh?
We got Januzaj in them.
Yeah.
It's a good game, actually.
Hey, we need to get clapped out of the park, bro.
Can it? You know, at this point, I'm like, nope. I don't care about the league. I don't care about.
Can the team?
Can it?
Yeah, man. I'm not trying to say that at all, bro. I'm not trying to say there at all.
David, I'm not gonna lie, that's the one competition I'm watching, fam. If anything.
When I do some drops, this guy, don't say I didn't tell you. I tell you all the time, bro.
We're not gonna make top 4 in the league, though. We're not gonna make top 4 in the league. So we might as well go gun.
Arsenal can never get it. Well, no, not Arsenal. Not Arsenal.
We're not gonna get top 4.
Not even that. You don't think Arteta can win the Europa League?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying go for the Europa League.
Arsenal can never
go for it, bro. When we go out and then I'll look.
Nah, Arsenal should go for Europa. I can't lie.
You might as well. Like, what else are you going for? Because the league is like,
bro.
Okay, fair enough.
Have you man discussed the United game yet?
No, we
were on it. We were on United. We got a couple. We got a comment. Let me read these couple comments on United, and then you guys can get into it. SW6X London said he gets slated, but Pogba has been very good since the mad West Ham banger. But United's resurgence comes down to Bruno Fernandes single-handedly changed the club's direction.
Facts so. Definitely.
Yeah, what do you not think? Because obviously you've had Leicester, you've had the last minute winner at Wolves, and then you beat Aston Villa. All like really tricky Premier League games that United have got through like relatively well. How you not feeling?
Like I said, watching United for 90 minutes is like watching if you're about to win the lottery or not, because your heart is pounding from minute one. We play minutes of like we're going to play good football, and then it stops. It's a very start-stop nature. So we'll go for 20 minutes just on it, peppering them, giving them chances after chances, but the ball's not going in, and then we give the chance for the other team to pick up. And that's the most annoying thing. And then when we have the chance to win the game with like 20 minutes out, we tend to sit back and we just suck up all the pressure, and it normally tends to go into a draw. The only difference is for this game is that we actually had a good defender in Eric Bailly, who actually saved us, because had he not been there, and if it was Lindelof, I can't lie, it would have been 2-2.
That game did feel very drawish. I did think Villa were going to nick something, but then when they took off El Ghazi and Traore, I thought no one's going to score for them really. So, but yeah, Ernest, what do you think? We ain't really heard from it. So,
in terms of the last couple of weeks, I have been like as confused as anyone else as to how United are where they are. I think Ollie's judge is elite, bro. Like, he is smoking that loud pack because something is different. And because the thing is, because you know what it is. There's players that I absolutely never want to see again in my team. Yeah, like Scott McTominay. I think he's a spy. He's not a footballer, bro. That man have come to do damage to man's team and then leave.
Hey, do you know? I was watching United versus Leeds, yeah, and McTominay was balling out, and I was thinking, I know Ernest is mad that he's balling. I know Ernest is upset. because he listen, like, man need to understand, yeah, that is the best he's ever gonna do. Like, he's not gonna do anything more than that. And the only reason is because, like, Leeds love to twerk. That man will play football for time, yeah, and not think about defending, period. So I'm not even like, they're all bad bees. Everyone in Leeds is a bad bee. Even their flipping manager. Man's got better than Megan Thee Stallion, bruv. Yeah, so
his knees are strong. I swear.
No, honestly, man's always sipping chai tea and looking at the grass. Man's never looking at the players and that. So, like, I thought we'd outscore Leeds. I just thought it would be like 6-5 or something.
Yo,
but that McTominay performance does not fool me one bit, because in the next games he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing.
Ernest, Leeds, yeah, have scored 30 goals, yeah. They've conceded 33.
They're here for a good time. They're here for a good time, not a long time, bro.
They won't go down this season.
District FC. Trust me, bro. So,
like Wolves below them have conceded 24. Like, that's the gap in terms of what, Burnley have conceded 20. We're talking about teams that are conceding far less than Leeds and below.
Right.
Mad. Madness.
Right. So in terms of how we've been, I think we've been good enough to get over the line, but there's been few performances where I've been like, we've been good for 90. What else? In terms of the last game, I think we played a lot better than I expected, because as soon as Villa walked on the pitch, I was like, oh my gosh, this is them live in the flesh. I saw Anwar El Ghazi, I saw Ollie Watkins, I saw obviously Grealish. And for me, I thought Grealish versus Wan-Bissaka for 90 minutes, this is going to be long. So in regards to like what Robin was saying earlier about the transfers, we're looking at Caicedo, we're looking at, obviously Diallo's coming, but I'm really liking this Max Aarons chat, because I think that as much as Wan-Bissaka's been hit and miss since, in fact, he's been poor since Leipzig, I think the only sympathy I have for him is that he's been holding down that right side by himself for 18 months. No one helps him. Greenwood is away with the fairies, and when like it's another number 9 playing that right wing, that's why we got clapped by Tottenham 6-1, because those spaces. Say that again, Adrian.
Do you think that's an instruction? Do you think like the idea is that because Wan-Bissaka is so good 1v1, the striker, the winger can afford to be 10-15 yards further up the pitch?
No, but you see with Wan-Bissaka, like the reason we conceded to Sevilla the first and second goal is because when he's trying to do the offensive thing and he hasn't got an offensive bone in his body, like don't look at that cross to Martial the other day as the rule. That's the exception. He does not know how to attack. You're the ones. So like the reality is,
when he scored against Newcastle, like no one saw that coming.
No, exactly. When he does good things, they're so few and far between that we're not shocked when he doesn't do it for the next 20 games. So the reality is he needs competition, but we also need a right winger. I think a DM is the most important position because Fred has actually had some decent, get like 6.5, 7 out of 10 games, but he actually looks bad sometimes when he has to cover for Scott McTominay. We were better against Villa when Matic came on the pitch. That's how bad Scott is. Like Matic is he turns like the 260 bus going to Harsden, bro. He cannot turn to save his life, but he's more stable than Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay needs to go home and never come back. He's bad.
Wow.
He's not a good footballer.
Like, I know. I got to reload Lola's comment because you said it.
No, thank you. No. Scott McTominay is our op, bruv. Them men are not footballers. Trust me, he's a security guard at best. That's what he can do well. But literally, like Fred has to cover for him per 90 regularly. You're the ones. So get me a DM, get me a right back that can help Wan-Bissaka because this is another point I wanted to make. You see that Luke Shaw, yeah? I've preed him for time, bruv. This guy is looking good because you saw what Tellers was doing against PSG when we won. Started crossing. Luke Shaw said, "Rah, okay, I need to start working on my." Why is Luke Shaw starting to get creative chances? Because he's seen, bruv, my spot is on the line. I clocked him, bruv. He does this every year in the December period. He has like 6 good games, and then man starts saying, "Oh, Luke Shaw ain't that bad." He does this all the time. So you see me get that you back. Still not convinced with Martial. Tony, this is my thing with Tony. He was our top goal scorer last season. Why he's not scoring as much as he should be, I don't know. I can't answer that question. But he's not doing enough. But the conundrum is if he was on this poor form from last year, I'm with you lot. But I don't know why he's gone from those heights to these lows. I don't know why.
I think you have to look at both. Definitely, the player is definitely at fault for the chances he does get that he doesn't. I remember he had a couple against PSG, but this is not like Martial's not the only one going through this. Aubameyang is also going through this at Arsenal. Scored bare goals last season, not scoring. Timo Werner scored bare goals, fair enough in a different league, but not scoring here. I do think it like. A large part of it lies on the player individually, but then 50% of it is on the service that they're getting because you can't expect a man to finish chances that he doesn't get. Is Martial missing bare chances on a weekly basis that you feel like he should be scoring?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, my beef with Martial has always been simply this, yeah. It's never been the talent because it's all for them to see, which is why I think we even get onto him. He's just not consistent. And that's just been my problem because even last season, he bagged bare goals last season. But remember, we were even talking about, what are these goals like? In terms of like the first 10 of them, where it was sporadic goals here and there, where he's had a purple patch of 3 or 4 games, and then he goes quiet for 6 or 7. Then he comes back again. I think even Rashford got the same sort of criticism as well last season, where it was like, yeah, Rashford's doing okay now, but where was he earlier? Because I swear Rashford and Martial, were they not both on 17 in the league for like a long time?
They were both on 17. The difference is the reason why Martial was better was because Rashford scored bare pens. But in terms of like clear cut creative chances, Martial was scoring a lot of like strikers finishes, if you want to call them that. Rashford did that, but Rashford was scoring goals like the goal he clapped at Tottenham where he scored from his house. But it's like you can't score them all the time. You see what I'm saying? Where he was just clapping from 40 yards and you'll catch the clip. Like even the goal against Wolves was it last week? That is what Martial was doing half of the time last season, where he carried us before Bruno came. But a lot of those goals, you can't just be scoring them on a weekly basis. Whereas Martial, like, he was scoring like good patterns of play, and he would be the end product. So he did well. So this season, I don't know what's happened to him. I can't answer why he's not doing that this season.
Yeah, no fair.
Fair enough. We've got a couple of. Go on, Robin.
One thing I do want to say though, in regards to Villa, Emi Martinez had a sick game because there was a lot of attempts that we had against him that I thought, no, this is a goal. Like, for example, I remember Bruno shot outside the box. That was going top bins, and he just jumped and made it. I was like, okay. I think ever since he's left Arsenal, he's stepped his level up, and it looks like he kind of regrets turning back.
Bro, listen, I'll go even, his post-lockdown performance for Arsenal, even in the cup, he was unbelievable. Some of the things he was doing was unbelievable. He, for me, goalkeeper of 2020 and goalkeeper of the season. He'll get it because it's not just in the United game. Bruv, there are so many games this season where I think even the Wolves one was where I was like, nah, this guy's on steroids. At the end of the day, it's a case of if 20 million comes for one of your youth players, blood, you take that money. Like, yes, hindsight FC, would you rather have Martinez than Leno? I don't know. Martinez has been the more outstanding goalkeeper without a shadow of a doubt. How much difference it would have made in this Arsenal season, I don't really know, because Leno hasn't been that bad. It's just maybe one or two goals I would have said maybe Martinez would have got the better of. But do Arsenal regret selling him? I doubt it, because it was 20 million quid. It's a lot of money to get out of Villa as well.
SW6 ex-London said he was better than Leno last season. At the end, he was sick. Yeah, I don't think it's one that Arsenal should be like regretting, but he's a very good goalkeeper, and Villa have got to steal.
He's not. It's not a position you need to replace. Like Leno isn't bad where man's thinking, raw. This guy is so poor. We should. It's not that. As much as when I watch Martinez, I'm like, you know what? Like Arsenal, it's not an L, but it's an L. You know them ones. It's like, he's so sick, he's so sick that you let him go. But Leno is equally like good. It's just Leno's a victim right now. Because your back four is shocking, bro.
You know what? It doesn't. And the thing is, no matter how much you sell a player for, there's always going to be a lowercase L. You know what I'm saying? Where when Man United sold Ronaldo, when Chelsea sold Hazard, they were lowercase L's. They got plenty of money for it, but lowercase L's because they're losing a top player.
There's another Villa player who's in the comments. People are talking about him. Lola O said Grealish sick. He was creating that will fun game. SW6 X London said Grealish is going to be a very Grealish was very sick. Going to be a top player.
He's already there.
Listen,
CVFC. That was a CVFC.
Yeah. When we saw Pogba, I need that money to go to Grealish straight away. 100%.
You see Grealish and flipping.
I don't care if it's 100 M's. I don't care if it's 100 M. I'm taking him. That there. Well, I was like, okay, I'm sold.
And this is what United need to learn. If the guy is worth being in your team, pay the money, fam. Because we should be seeing Sancho in his Villa, really and truly. Mm-hmm. We should be seeing 8 assists for the season in 9 games. We're seeing that this season. But let's toy with is he the man? If he's the man, pay the money.
And the thing is, Pete, like there's a couple reasons why you should sign him. This guy, did you see the European stats thing the other day? Yeah, bruv, Kevin De Bruyne has created the most chances in Europe this season. Do you know who was number 2? Jack Grealish. I said, you know what? Yeah, I said, you know what? There's one thing having bad bees in a hotel, like with a chest out in that, and that's just the Man United thing to do. We've had bare man do madnesses behind closed doors, and they lived on to become legends of the club. Yeah, so he's got that under his belt. That's number 1. Yeah, and she was black. Yeah, the second thing is you're out here creating chances. Like, listen, he can have all the bad bees he wants, bro.
I don't care how much of a wildcat you are. What are you doing for me in the 90 minutes in the white line? This is it. This guy can run over all the cars he wants. He can run over all the cars he wants. He can have all the bands.
This is it. When Steven Gerrard was in the Anfield pub, yeah, punching up youths because they were touching up the jukebox, man was still a legend, bro. Man was still a legend.
4 hours after, 5 focus Newcastle, we had a game at the time.
Hey, Jamie Carragher spat on the girl, and he's still on Sky Sports.
I know.
Right now, today.
Jack Grealish is a Man United player in his heart. We just need to sign him.
Hey, what did Mendy say? What did Mendy say he needed?
Wait. We had the comment.
Leave him for me, Kyle.
Are we leaving it for you? Are we leaving it for David?
Okay.
Hey, let's leave it. We're leaving it for David. Sorry for your agendas. I will wheel your comment up when the time is right. But yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it for you, David. We'll leave it for you, David.
Shout out for your agendas, bro. Because you see, listen, all these players want big batty things, bro. So they need to listen. Jack Grealish needs to be a Man United player for that reason alone, bro. Because Greenwood was out here cheeksing 18-year-olds, and Southgate said, "Nah, you're not getting back into the team." All the Man United legends said, "Bro, put him back in the team. Nah, it's not, yeah." Bro, if Jack Grealish was caught with a white girl, yeah, these man would say the same thing. It would be nothing, bro. The fact that he chose a black girl, shout out to him, bro. Shout out to my black queens. He needs to be a
There's a comment here. There's a question. I'm pretty sure I can figure out all your answers to this question. But SW6X Thunder says Grealish or Maddison. It's not close, bro. It's not close.
It's not close.
Okay. Question to make this a bit more interesting, because why is Maddison not close in your opinion?
Because the consistency of Jack Grealish and the amount of chances he creates in a game is way higher than Maddison. Maddison is sporadic with it.
Oscar, let them know it is way higher.
It's way higher.
It's way higher.
Because this time last year, I was asking the same question. As the season played out, the question was not there no more.
Yeah.
Grealish was just by far and away doing it.
If you asked me last season, it's a thing to understand. But now Grealish he's gone
after KDB. It is Grealish, bruv.
Because you know what?
The
reason I think Maddison is close, I do think Grealish is ahead, but the reason I think it's close is because Maddison just has bare injury. I would love to see an injury-free Maddison. Yeah, you know what? It could be one of those where will we ever get it? It's like saying Andy Carroll. You know what I mean? Can he get
Maddison's a baller, though.
But
no, we're not saying he's not a baller. Yeah. We're not saying he's not a baller. We're just saying it's not close.
I need to see an injury-free Maddison to make the judgment, because the Tackers is there.
I think the key word that sticks out for me was consistency. Grealish this season has done it week in, week out. Every week he's the best player on the pitch, and he's performing, created chances for Ollie Watkins and El Ghazi and whoever it is. He's a joy to watch, man. He's one of those players that really light up the game.
And also, he is the single-handedly the reason they're in this Prem.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ollie Watkins just came, and obviously Dean Smith has been smoking that sheesh, bro, because that man weren't playing like this last season. So this season, of how good Dean Smith has got them, Grealish is still the best player. Just, you know what I'm saying? When they were pants, he was the best player. When they become like top 5 teams in the league, he's still the best player. So for me, like I love painting called Maddison, but nah, it's not close. It's not close.
Bro, do you think it's harder to be the guy at Leicester? Because Jamie Vardy is like the king. Do you know what I'm saying?
PR, put Grealish in that team. Grealish is the king of that team.
King.
Not over Vardy.
But he will supply Vardy. He
will. But I think Vardy is still the king. He's still the king. Grealish could be the prince, don't get me wrong, but the king is Vardy. Even if
I agree with you. I agree with you. 2017. I agree with you. 2017. 2020. Like he is he is a DPD man, bruv. He is super reliant on service. Jamie Vardy, in terms of like the guy we saw, like you remember when he did the 12 goals, 12 consecutive goals. That season, Grealish was the king. Vardy was the king. Now he is very, very much reliant on like his legs are now Harvey Barnes and Tielemans. Yeah. But with Grealish, at Leicester, he would be like, you know how Mahrez was like.
That's what I was going to ask.
Mahrez was like the subs. He was the prince. Kante was the prince, and Vardy was still king. Now, because of how much Grealish's output is demonic, bruv. It's scary. Do you see what I'm saying? But Vardy is also not scoring as many in terms of his like out of just nothing as he was in 2016-17. That's why for me, Grealish would be king.
Interesting.
Yeah. SW6X London says, "Nah, man, you lot not rating Maddison. It's defo close. Don't let man stealing headlines. Maddison is very gifted. I think we all rate Maddison here. No one's saying that anything negative about Maddison. I just think the consistency of Grealish is just too high. A couple comments here on Manchester United's.
It's close. You know that I think it's close. Personally, it's close.
Oh yeah, you did say. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. A lot of people talking about Douglas Luiz as well. 10 times better than Rodri, apparently. City are definitely buying him back. Villa, like Ernest said, bro, Villa have fashioned a really, really good squad around them. And they've had Barkley out injured for a lot of time. Traore has just now got himself into the team. Yeah, like they could get better. I just feel like their defense is still a bit. I'm not 100% on things in there, man.
Yeah, it's a bit smelly.
Anyway, back to Manchester United. Abdi065 said the performances don't match the results. That's why I don't think we'll win the league or come close. However, we will get top 4. There's too much quality in this side, regardless of the manager. And then Boss Like Endo said, I told you, man, when United lost 6-1 to Spurs, they'll get top 4. Now look, I really see them beating us at Anfield next week. They'll be top 4. They'll be top by February. However, I don't see it lasting long due to their gaffer.
Mad. That's a lot of predictions right there. I don't know, with Man United, it's a case of like, you wouldn't put any money on any team in the league right now. If your life depended on it, you just like, let me take you.
I'll put money on Liverpool. I'll put money on Liverpool.
Really? That's interesting.
Because you know what it is, yeah? It's a win-win situation for me. Because if they win it, they've won it because they were the best team in the league. If they lose, Liverpool not winning the league, inject it. So I'm good.
That's money to Ernest anyway. Liverpool not winning the league is money in Ernest's pocket anyway.
I love it.
Speaking of Liverpool, Adrian, how's it going? What's going on in the second half there? What's happening?
Well, not much. There was a penalty shout. I think it's come off Stevens' hands. They went to VAR, nothing given.
That was never a pen.
I thought it was a pen still. I didn't understand why it wasn't given.
Do you know what? Yeah, do you know I'm laughing? Because Adrian looks like he's in the Sky Sports studio as we speak, just looking at it.
Alan McAnally.
Lola O said Ox is on the pitch for what, by the way?
Lola needs to speak on it because you see this Ox, he is not it, you know.
40 million quid, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take that. Thank you very much.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm looking at this yeah. Arsenal fans were telling me 2016, 2017, play him in midfield. Every time I watched him for Liverpool, apart from those 2 City fixtures, I'm not feeling this youth, bro.
No, he's good. He's just always injured. No, it's true. It's Newcastle.
Adrian, when you're saying he's good, you're wincing. You said, he's good. He's good. Why are you wincing when you say it, bro?
And you know what, guys? Yeah, I feel Adrian's pain because it's the exact what is happening at Liverpool is exactly what happened at Arsenal, where he would not get 10 games in a row. It didn't exist. Do you know ones? He was getting 15, 11 games a season, but you always saw that the guy was good.
He's just smelly you, bro.
Do you know what? Adrian, you may as well realize it before it hits you because there's certain players that you really want to be good, and then you try to force it, and then there's just not. I've had to come to a conclusion with certain managers. So.
that guy.
Footy Agenda says, "What the hell is this? Can Liverpool players not play 1-2s through the middle? This is absolutely disgusting football. Spamming crosses to oh wow, I'm not saying that word in the front line." Yeah, apparently you lot are just not playing. You lot are just not playing.
Footy Agendas is not happy. He's not happy.
Remember when Man City was so dominant, right? And Guardiola won the league on 100 points, right? Teams like Liverpool and other teams obviously started to play against Man City, working against their kind of system, right? And then obviously the following year, 1 point was the difference. But then Liverpool blew everyone away last year. And I feel like this season, there are a few teams that have looked at Liverpool for, all right, cool. How do we cancel them out this year? So it makes Liverpool look worse than they are when they're not that bad.
But I'll be honest with you, Pete. Yeah, do you know who's really disappointing me like this game? Their front three. I think Sadio Mane has been smelling for a couple weeks now. Yeah. Also, for Firmino is just, I don't know. He just gets a trim, comes and looks like he's the business, and he doesn't do anything. Yeah. Salah's the only one trying, but I feel like he's been nullified quite easily in this game. I think that they create, especially Thiago. I mean, Thiago's a bit here and there for me. He's looking like a wrestler. Every time I see him, he's pushing someone on the ground, but he's trying a thing, and their forwards are just not getting any service. But when they are,
he's kind of disappointed.
Speaking of forwards, they're bringing on Shaqiri.
No, bruv. Listen, I've watched Liverpool. Obviously, I ain't been on the podcast in time because I've just been ill, bruv. Like even now, I thought I had COVID, but flipping. I've been watching them for a minute, and I'm like, I'm not convinced about their front three. They're still sick. Obviously, they'll still do this thing, but I'm not convinced, man. They're not the same as they were last season.
Man, we're speaking on Chamberlain, bro. Man getting pulled off after 55 minutes. God.
Yeah, hook him off, man.
Klopp sees the light, bruv.
Yeah. Lola O said, AD stop it. Ox is Higgy even without injury, but he made a move to a top club and got trophies, so he's set. Footy Agenda says, Adrian, the best ability is availability. Get Ox, Shaqiri, and Keita out of my car. Wow. Boss Latin said, remember a couple of weeks ago when AD was laughing at Peter for getting cancelled? Now look at him, cancelled himself. Life comes at you fast. Wow, Adrian, you're out of here. Wow.
Should we move on?
I think we can move on. I've missed a lot of comments, but we'll just catch it on the flip side. Carry on.
Joint fourth, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Arsenal beating West Brom 4-0. David,
little man.
Yeah. I see. You put the Arsenal on your title now.
Yeah. This, as I said, I don't need to see David Luiz, Willian in this team ever again, man. That man need to suck out, blood. I told Arteta, yeah. If I see or what's his name, David Luiz back this team, you need to dip, bro. We're back playing that Wenger ball, blood. Are you that same football, blood? Are you dumb, guys?
Fam,
you just doing mad. You love that second goal. Was Wenger ball at his best, man. That is what I love to see.
Hey, David, tears came in my eye. Tears came in my eye, fam. When I saw that second goal, I said, "No, where is Wenger? Where is he?" Because that assist.
He's smiling in the library somewhere.
He got the Ozil approval. That Twitter approval from Ozil.
Blood goals.
Hey, what, Laka, yeah?
Okay. Blood clot, I'm just on fire. I know Bamian gets scoring. Don't worry, the goals will come, but we're winning back. That's all that matters, Brad. We're playing champagne football. That's what
Lola O says it's West Brom, but it's a game where Arsenal actually played well for the majority of the game. SW6 X London says, Lola and Peter, I told you Arsenal need to win the next 5 after the Chelsea game. 2 down, 3 to go. Footy Trender says shout out to Kolasinac. He took off his wages off because he wanted to play ball, unlike some Fortnite streamer and Twitter PR hack. Wow. That was deep. Abdi065 says, look at this shameless David, you absolute flip-flop. 1 week Arteta in and then they win, Arteta out. Get out of here, man. Wow.
No. Wait, hold on. Let's go back. Go back to Abdi, bro.
Yeah, let's stick here for a bit.
Bro. If you were watching last week, I said if I see David Luiz or Willian in this team, I said Arteta out, bro. Do you hear me say Arteta in? My main compare has been playing football from the beginning of the season. I've been what's the word? Consistent with my thoughts, bro. We beat Fulham. I told them. After that, we've been playing crap, bro. We should have lost to West Ham. We should have lost to Sheffield United. Man, them got gas about West Ham, no, Sheffield United. Man, them got gas about Man United. Third, your turn with it, all this and that. I told you go beat Aston Villa and Leicester. You lost all three. What are you talking about, bro? Don't come with that smoke. Now we're playing champagne football. I'm not Arteta in. My fam, yeah, Dano, like a black cards there. Aubameyang will play. Don't worry.
Yes,
the only complaint I've got, we wasted 200 grand a week on Willian, bro. We could have saved that money and try to get Messi in it. But don't worry, so right, I'm happy.
Hey, man, real talk, yeah. What is going on with Aubameyang?
Yeah, I have two questions.
Yeah, I'll go for it on this one.
Right. Sorry to interrupt. I've got the confirmed news from Sky Sports News himself. Premier League football is still carrying on. It is still going on as proposed. So, yeah.
Boris Johnson is not going to cool the country down with his chest, bruv. He won't do it.
So the Premier League and all elite sports, not just the Premier League, will carry on as per.
I kind of wanted a break.
NFL? Yeah, playoff NFL? Jeez. What, WSL, yeah? WSL. That's what we need to see.
Is that elite? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted a break.
Ernest, on the Aubameyang situation, on the Aubameyang, listen, Arsenal are a shower of crap. Let's be very clear. Let's not be under any illusions. Let's not get it twisted. Listen, we played West Bromwich Albion. Lola said it earlier, okay? We played Brighton, okay? As soon as we play a team that is decent, ladies and gentlemen, and David, I'm sorry, David, I'm sorry, but we will see Willian in the starting 11. Listen, wait, Willian and David, they will be in the starting 11.
I'm not trying to hear no Willian slander. Black jobs matter. Black lives matter.
Hello? I see Lola's digging out Willian and Pepe saying hang their heads in shame. Saka God's child. I mean, shout out to Saka.
The truth of the matter is, honestly, it's a joke thing what we're seeing this season. How are the young bucks from Hale End, coming out here sourcing up the thing for us, And the truth of the matter is, what will happen? Like, what game was it? Was it Pepe came in a game? I can't remember who it was against. He came off the bench, right? And I just looked at the guy and I just said, you know what? I'm done with you. We're finished. Me and you, we're finished. Willian, we didn't even start. Let me be very clear. And David Luiz, we didn't start either. I didn't want to have any relationship with any of those two. But the truth of the matter is this: David Luiz will be back in the side. Willian is back in the side, and Pepe will be back in the side. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Just as I started with my yellow card and it's gone to the red card, the manager should not be in this job. What's happened to him recently is that everything fell into place. The reason people had COVID, that's the only reason why. It's the only reason why Emil Smith-Rowe, Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, and Martinelli, for example, those were the only reason those three ever started a game.
And Martinelli has actually come back, and Martinelli, I think, is his son. So that's probably one of the only reasons why.
You say that. How we forget so easily from last season. Martinelli, I think, played 8 games last season under Arteta. That's how troubling that situation is. So what's going to happen?
But Peter, wasn't he injured for a large part of that?
Let me finish. I'll get to that. I'll get to the injury. Forget the injury. We're talking about before the injury. Before the injury, he wasn't playing games.
Because he was training. Because he wasn't playing.
Yeah, he got injured. I swear it was like, yeah, exactly. It was literally in training
around the playing game.
But what's it called? We're going to get back to this. We're going to revert back to type, and it's going to be reverted still. The only way where Arteta begins to slowly start to change my mind is if he says, do you know what? This team is actually better than what I've been playing this season, and he changes his ways. If he repents, listen, I'm all for forgiveness. I'm all for forgiveness. But the fact of the matter is this: his heart has been made hard. There is no chance he's going to repent. We've got Pharaoh before our very eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and this man is not getting us out of Egypt. It's as simple as that. We're in the mud right now as we speak.
Man said he's the villain and prince of Egypt, you know. That's a madness, bro.
Hey, that's funny. We are living in Exodus as we speak.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He's the biggest heel since Hulk Hogan and Triple H. He is the biggest heel at this football club. And as soon as him and Edu get the step in, that's the only way to see this club really do some serious business.
All right, Peter, I was gonna say, can I get some of these comments?
Yeah, let David say what he's gonna say because I know you want to jump in.
As I said, bro, you keep telling me David Luiz and Willian will be fine. If they come back, bro, then after what we've seen, after this 3 games, what we've seen, if they come back in this squad, Pepe included, hey, you need to get you need to go back.
Pepe's stock is low, man.
But yeah, I
bro.
I have a question because it's something negative about Arsenal, how they've handled Saliba. What's happened there?
You joke.
What's happened there?
What a
Lola
joke.
says, look how they've mismanaged Saliba. Yeah, horrible.
Honestly, like when I saw that he was going to Nice on loan, bro, I was furious. Because how is Mustafi in the squad week in, week out? How is David Luiz in the side ahead of this brother? Listen, if Saliba turns out to be a shower of crap, guess what? We will clap the shower of crap. Because we will say, you know what? He's 19 years of age. I'm seeing Fofana at friggin' Leicester. Yeah? Fofana, for flip's sake.
Because, Pete, you know what? I was talking about with one of my boys, yeah? I said, you know what? Either Saliba is absolutely terrible and we don't know, or Arteta's moving mad. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Fofana is gone to Leicester. And you see the thing about Leicester is that they have Pastor Fofana's on Insta saying this boy is finally free. Listen, the reality is this. The reality is this, yeah, is that how bad is he that Socrates is still there? Like, how bad is he that these other defenders who are like what's his name? Robert Holding is still there, bro. How bad is he?
Let me answer this question for you. Every Unai Emery signing, bar Tierney, yeah? Look what Arteta's done with them. Look at them. Find them for me. Find them for me. 2 of them are on loan in midfield. We have no midfielders. And 2 of them are not in the country. 2 of them are in the country.
Who just wants to shout Kachalko again?
Let me name them. Name them.
What's his name? Kolasinac. But he was a security guard anyway.
Yeah.
Seattle was a Wenger signing. Let's we forget. Seattle was a Wenger signing. But listen, we have Socrates, Emery, yeah, Torreira, Emery, Guendouzi, Emery, Saliba, Emery, Martinelli, Emery. What's the common pattern here? What's the common pattern here? How are they not playing games?
Hey.
How? 5. You know, all those 5 I've named. I swear we could do with them in the squad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Right.
You could.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I swear we could. But new contracts went to people like Murray, who I do like, Cedric, who I do like. These guys were getting new contracts. Arteta signings from the January of last year. And they're still at this football club now, not even playing games. And they're there. What did Maitland now has got? That situation is hilarious. The Saliba thing is so depressing. It really hurts me because now we'll never know what kind of player this guy will be for Arsenal.
Yeah.
unless you fire the manager and get a new one. You know what I'm saying? Big balls manager, bro. Someone that just lays it down, bro. 3 points. This is what we're here for. This is what we care about. None of this nonsense that's been going on this season.
Peter's been asking for a big nutsack manager for time, you know. To see my nuts from the park, bro.
Honestly, I can't believe it. Honestly, do you remember the Goodison Park?
That's ridiculous.
Game against Everton, right? You know, if I said to you, it's Arsenal v Everton, is Ancelotti and Arteta, you would never get those two benches wrong. Well, guess what? You are wrong because Ancelotti managing the Toffees, they're second rate in their city. Never mind in the league. What's he doing there?
Right out of Park.
Huh?
Don't even know Stanley Park.
You know what I'm saying? It's just freaking ridiculous.
Would you take Tuchel?
He's a hipster, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, I do like him. And I think he's done a great job at Dortmund and PSG. Yeah, I think he's done good. He's not a bad manager at all. He is how I feel about Emery before he came.
Do you like the way PSG play under him?
I mean, it's not that bad. It's not too bad.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. And I've not seen PSG look as dangerous as they have under Tuchel than under any other manager. To be fair, and his Dortmund side, let's remember where Klopp left Dortmund. Like what kind of mud we were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my days, it was ridiculous. Remember at Mainz, he got them to the top 5. He was with Mainz. Then he got Dortmund challenging back in for that league title again against a Bayern Munich side. That come on, who's fighting this Bayern Munich side really and truly, right? And at PSG, he's got PSG to a European final. They got to a Champions League final. Never done that before. So he has done well at every club he's been at. He's got a pedigree. Of course he has.
The thing with Tuchel is that Arsenal will attack. Like you will be very like it's not because I feel like Arteta is he's Paella Pulis, bro. The man are just defending for the sake of it. But I feel like with Tuchel, you will definitely attack. And I feel like he play people like your Martinellis and your Salibas and that. He likes youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So but I don't know. He just feels like a bit too hipsterish for me.
All right.
And the thing is, Oscar, quickly, Arteta, you see the goal against West Brom, the second goal that we're sorting over. Nobody in this room thinks that Arteta had anything to do with that. Nobody. One of us said Wenger ball. The other one said, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are we not even associating that with the manager? Because we don't believe it. We don't believe it.
I would say that we just haven't seen it before. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's not. Are you?
Yeah. Right? Yeah, no. That's my point. I'm saying we haven't seen it before, so there's no reason for us to link it with him. We've got a lot of comments.
Breaking news: Liverpool haven't had a shot on target.
Man.
Ouch.
They've been terrible. I've
20 minutes to go.
been watching this game. Liverpool have been terrible by their standards. They've been bad.
No, but I feel like they're still going to score every time I look at them.
Listen, I don't think this is ending 1-0. I think Liverpool will score, but they have been bad.
I think we're winning though. I think it ends up 1-1.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, potentially. 1-1 seems likely. 1-1 seems likely. Wow. Footy Agenda says, F the trophies. I cannot go through another season of spamming crosses. Can Liverpool not score without a cross? Wow.
But the thing is, this is where like, but this is where like the creativity that we've all been, and again I repeat, we've all been saying this about Liverpool's midfield, yeah, and the fact that creativity comes from two places. Yeah, you like I'm not shocked at this at all. It's just I feel like we're getting to the point where teams are clocking like everything that you lot do. That's what I think. Thiago's a 6 signing, but he's a 6 signing with better midfield. Like when you looked at the midfield that Bayern Munich had, it had Goretzka. Is it Goretzka? And then they had Thomas Muller as well. Like they create in midfield apart from being solid in midfield. Liverpool create from two places, and that's it, bro. So when them man ain't doing their job, and Firmino's just done nothing in this game. He's done absolutely nothing in this game.
He had a sick bit of skill, and he got a ball in his box.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah,
what?
I feel like I've seen Firmino do a bit.
He did one thing. He created one chance for Mane, and that's it. He has done absolutely
that is.
nothing in this game.
That is it.
I
Yeah.
think it was naughty, bro. Nah, bro.
Oh, it was a sensational finish.
It's
Brilliant,
sensational.
naughty.
The looping.
Woo.
All right, our comments on Arsenal. So let me just get through them. You lot are talking about Arteta's win streak. You know, the past 3 games he's won. Abdi065 says Eze and Zaha finna spin your clock next week. Then you're back to square one. Can't wait. Footy Agenda says Nigeria can out both Saka and Eze balling in the same week. Wow.
30, man. On Independence Day, and that's for England.
Lola O said, come back next week when Boulding and Murray are getting spun by Zaha and Eze. Right, everyone thinks Crystal Palace are going to have you up.
Guys, as I said, this team is playing football, bro. If Arteta switches it, yeah, we all agree he needs to dip, bro. But if these men are playing, if the young men are playing for him, fine. And even if we lose next week, as long as we're playing good football, I don't mind. We're losing and playing crap football.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't mind lose. We can always lose. As long as we're playing good football, the players are fighting, no problem, bro. These David Luiz and Willian Pepe, they weren't doing jack all, bro. And they're going to get man fired. Leave the young ones in, bruv.
Faith in the wrong.
Get the receipt and send it back. That's it. If I don't like the package, it's getting sent back.
And if you
But it's a 30-day thing for receipts, though.
Nah, fam, you just gotta throw them there, bro. Just dump them out there.
Bro. Nah, it's a 28-day thing minimum.
You don't even need to have a warranty when you get it from a bin. Put it back in the bin. Go down to the King's Road. You go down to the King's Road, Stamford Gate. There's a big blue bin. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. It's right there. And you throw them. You know that night job. Hitman.
I'm not gonna lie.
You need to throw.
You see Arteta. Arteta looks like the kind of you that will look at Ivanovic at West Brom like,
Wait, Ernest, fam, you're not. Listen, I saw Ivanovic at the Hawthorns, and I said, if you dare, give him 2 looks. Give him 2 looks. Give him 2 looks.
No, guys.
Did you see the video of Willian and David Luiz chatting to him in the back?
Yes.
Yeah? I thought, listen, if them men are sleeper agents sent by Arteta to go and chat to Ivanovic, I will finish myself.
Do you know what's so funny? Yeah, what's so funny about West Brom signing Ivanovic is that he was finished in 2013. How are you signing? How is he playing in 2021 in the Premier League? Oh, it's a joke.
Remember that season?
And I told you, man, about Big Sam. Bielsa Lane slapped him up. Man thought our British football, park the bus and that. I told you, Bielsa.
I can't lie.
I
can't lie.
David, I need to argue. I need to argue that one. Do you know why? Because I'll tell you what, Big Sam, at all these clubs that he's been rated at, you know, like your Palace, your Sunderlands, your Evertons, do you know what they all have in common, even with this team now? The first 5-6 games, Big Sam goes through a test, fam. They get whooped, they get beat, they can't defend to save their lives. But guess what will happen, ladies and gentlemen? Sam Allardyce will get that team ready. Give it 6 games. It will get it ready. And before you know it, they'll be sitting in 16th place, living La Vida Loca.
Jack, bruv. I told
he's got bare black use though. He will try a thing before the end of the season.
Fam, I'm telling you, they'll stay up. They'll stay up. Don't worry. He'll get that team. He'll get that team. Remember when he took over Palace? Yeah, I remember when Palace were losing games for fun, even in the first 2-3 games under Allardyce, and we thought, do you know what, that Stardust is gone. Sunderland was the same thing. He was still getting beat quick early on, but you give it 5 because all he's doing is separating the wheat from the chaff. That's all it is, guys. It's the waiting game. He's looking at who is the shower of crap, and each game he's learned. Oh, there's another one. That one there. That left back. He's one. Ivanovic. Oh, you're another one. You know what I'm saying? Semi. You're enough. You know, he's listing them all. Was it Sawyers that set that own goal? Flipping out. When I saw him starting against Arsenal, I thought, rah, Sam giving him another chance, bro. I'm thinking, nah, he's having a laugh. But don't worry, just give it time. Just give it time. Oh yeah, he was shocking.
Just fell off a cliff.
I don't know about West Brom. Like, I don't know. I feel at the moment they're my 2 out of 3. I don't know who the third one is just yet, because Fulham is slowly trying to get themselves out of there, and I thought they were good as well.
It will be a tough relegation battle. I think it will actually be quite saucy.
Yeah, agreed. It
will be quite saucy because there's bare of them where you think, how are you still in the league? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing Newcastle and Brighton, and I'm thinking, how are you not in the bottom 3? Like, how are you?
They're playing so bad. It's just a matter of the teams below them are worse. Like, all of those guys should be in contention to go down.
Yeah, I'm looking at Newcastle, man. They're not looking good, guys. They're not looking good. It looks bad. Very, very bad.
Boss that Endo said, why does this Peter Donny always shout? This is why a man always looks like he's done cross country at the end of every show.
I love it. Listen, boss, like, when it comes to Arsenal, fam, I'm not gonna lie, the veins get popping. You know them way there, because listen, everyone's talking nice about Arsenal. You know, 3 wins on a bounce, 3 points behind Chelsea. It's all living la vida loca. Let's pump the frigging brakes, because it is not gonna be that for the rest of the season. And that's just the truth of the matter. And David knows this more than anyone.
As long as we're playing good football, I don't mind, bro. That's it, bro. As long as we're playing well, we can lose games, no problem. But when you got man shout crap like Willian and thing, bro, nah, man.
David, I just saw that we got Benfica in the Europa League. He's looking bleak. Round of 18.
Yeah. Just lick your wounds and go home.
Oh, quick one. Oscar, quick one. Kieran Tierney. He came down from Scotland to be number 3. He's better than Ashley. Oh, Kieran Tierney. Big up, Kieran.
If I was bad, man, I would have muted you while you're singing that rubbish.
Garbage. He's good, bro. I love him, bro.
Footy Agenda is just fuming because Liverpool haven't scored yet. He's saying Ollie's football is more enticing. Bloody hell. We've got Boss That Endo's got a random question. He's got Robin, what were you gonna say?
Listen, do you know why Ollie's football's entertaining? Because you just don't know what's gonna happen.
That's car crash football. That is car crash football.
It's celebration. It's the lot.
By the way, Trent got hooked again. It's a bit.
Did you see his mistake for the goal? Bloody hell! The defending was an excuse for the word defending. It was an excuse. What? An excuse. It was a friggin' excuse of the word defending. Danny Ings said, "Yep, I'm after you."
Off, man.
What's that end of Liverpool fan said, unpopular opinion, I don't think Thiago is all that. I think football fans gas him a lot because he's aesthetically pleasing.
Nah, Thiago's sick. I'll have him in my team any day.
Yeah, he's come back from injury. Get his games under his belt. Like, the guy will look like world-class Thiago again. Like, not before long.
I think the question should be simple. Boss, like, what's your expectations of a player like Thiago? What should he be doing that he's not, in your opinion?
Adrian, and to add to that, what should he be doing in this midfield?
Yeah,
where 2 of them are at centre back. Exactly. Let's got Henderson and Fabinho at centre half. Yeah, what the flip's going on here? What's going on here?
Go look under the hoods.
Hey lads, how long before we start questioning Jurgen Klopp? At what point are we allowed to?
What's going on here?
You don't question him. You don't question him.
We're not allowed to still. We're not allowed to. You're not allowed to.
You know that he's champion.
We're away from this season. We can't question him.
No, obviously you can't. Question the form and the level. You can't question the man's management.
Yeah, you can't question the man.
I'm talking about the man's management of this season. The way this season's been.
Oh my God, this season.
Oh my days. You'll see in a minute. Don't worry. You'll see in a minute. But anyway, at what point do we question, is what I'm saying, how he's been this season?
It's Peter Prophet.
No, I'm just saying. At what point do you question this season? That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Well, there's varying factors, isn't there? All right. News is trickling in. I feel like I'm listening to the radio.
The thing is, it's every manager's got their salt this season. Yeah, everyone's been given some sort of heat. At what point are we just going to let Klopp free?
I mean,
because we haven't got onto him this season.
I mean, from where I'm standing, he's top of the league and he's top 3 centre backs are out injured.
I said he's slander free. Okay, I just know if Guardiola put Henderson and Fabinho at centre half, it'll be a discussion. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but look, he's. Oh my goodness, what's going on?
But anyway, no, you know what? Look.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh!
I missed, bro.
I didn't know.
I love the fact.
I thought it was 2-0.
I love the fact we're all seeing it at different times. The thing is, I knew it was coming, so I tried to keep a composure. But when I saw it, I said, "Yo,
That's all right.
Absolute
But you know what it is with Klopp, yeah? It's like do you remember when you don't remember when Giroud scored them four goals against Sevilla? Like Giroud's reputation, like it keeps him going for like 3 seasons. So because Klopp has won the league the way he's won it, yeah, he'll live with this for another 10 years. So you can't cast Klopp for the next 8.
Yeah. I think it's also the key thing for me and what Ernest said is the way he did it. Like to come in when Liverpool were rock bottom and do the 4-year plan and get them to where he's got them. You have to trust him that if he feels like the circumstances are right, you trust him. If he says I want these players, you give him the players. If you say I need time to do this, you give him the time because he's proven that he can do it at 2 very big clubs. So
I think for me, I said this at the beginning, Liverpool have a fantastic first 11, like world-class first 11, but that's it. And that they needed to sign another centre-back because we all said, as soon as Van Dijk is gone, there's issues. And lo and behold, we've seen, over 40 different pairings of centre-backs from Liverpool. So,
But you see the thing is, Robin, yeah? I wouldn't take half of I'll probably say like 4 out of the 11 of Liverpool starting 11. Like I don't think they have a world class 11. I think they have a good coach.
But 7 of 11 is a lot, though.
No, as in no. I'm just thinking of. I don't want to say half. Like I've thought out the number properly. Like I'm not having Wijnaldum. I'm not having Keita. I'm not having flipping what's his name? Matip, not because he's not good, it's because he's always injured. But it's like I think it's more so that the players are properly coached more than it is that every single one of them is wavy.
I agree with that.
Can I say this though on Klopp? Yeah, my situation is this: is that you look at the away form this season, you look at what kind of results he's got, and this is what I get onto managers that are going through, similar form problems or form issues or ruts, if you want to call it that, is what's he doing to address the situation? And quite frankly, Klopp hasn't done anything since the start of this season to address the away form.
Peter, let me read this comment. Footy Agenda says, Peter, I'm on this emotional German cheerleader. I can't take this gutter football. We had an injured Lallana for ages in our team. Clear the injury-prone deadwood and start creating from midfield. Jeez.
I'm just saying, isn't it? Like it's them ones where when I look at Liverpool's away form this season, especially, right, that he's getting away with it. Now I understand, he's Premier League champion. He was a Champions League champion. Like I get that, and I get we're not here to slander him, but. Honestly, when the way Sky Sports put up the graphic of the away form this season, it was diabolical. One win, guys. You know what I'm saying? And it was about 10 fixtures to choose from. So it was one of those where you're just thinking, I'm sorry, that's not in one of those, it was a 7-2 defeat. In many of them, it's 1-1 draws with Brighton and so on. Newcastle, how are you not beating Newcastle? Questions have to be asked. But then I'm watching the Southampton game, and it's not that, you know what, Liverpool have been unlucky, blah, blah. He hasn't done anything different. And it could be a case where we're looking at another manager, and this could be managers in general, in terms of modern management. There are no plan Bs. It's always plan A. Plan A has to work. If we continue with plan A, we'll get over the line. And the criticism we've got of your Guardiolas, of your Mourinhos, or whoever, is that where is the plan B? Where do we arrest the situation we're in?
I wouldn't say Pep that much, because Pep did address the situation when he went for the Centurion. He had 2 players in every role. I feel like ever since then, he's not recruited as smart. But you can't. Yeah. So yeah,
guys, it's money. You can't just be replacing them every year like that.
My thing isn't even fee. I'm talking about the type of football you're playing, the kind of way you're playing, maybe the tactics. I'm just talking about horses for causes. Like, okay, our away form has not been great this season. We're heading into, you would have thought Palace was the turnaround. When they gave Palace 7, you thought, here's Liverpool. Even on the pod, we were like, well, this title's over. You know what I'm saying? Let's close the book. But they give us Newcastle the next, few games. Newcastle away is a joke. But yeah, go on, Adrian.
The point I would make, do you feel like Klopp potentially saw that, and in the summer he went out and he got players that could potentially change that style of play that just haven't necessarily been available to him? Our players, and namely mean Jota and of course Thiago himself. And Thiago, in theory, solves a lot of that only creating from out wide thing, because he can actually create essentially.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right, and it's one of those where I have to let it digest and think about it a little bit. Obviously, I'm watching the game, so it's a bit like, why am I not seeing nothing different from this guy? But then again, you could be right, Adrian. He's looked at the summer, he's brought in Thiago, he's brought in players, and we thought, okay, he's trying to revamp the squad, bring something new. But it just looks like it's the same way of playing since he joined.
Guys, are you reading the comment below? Boss Like Endo says, Klopp has always been stubborn. That Champions League success 2 years ago got him out of jail. Before that, I wanted him out.
There were people that wanted Klopp out. There were people that didn't want him out.
Stop it.
Guys, the guy has won the Champions League.
No. What's like Endo? You need to remember where you came from, big man. What are you talking about, blood?
I like 2-2 with West Brom, bro. Waving the hands at the top. When they were waving the hands at the top.
First of all, now go on, David.
This season, I think people have sussed out Liverpool, and it was always going to happen, bro. They weren't going to run away with the league yet. So it's not every same with the team. Obviously, it took them 2 years. They won back to back, but eventually, everyone knows, okay, this is what Guardiola has to do. All right, let's do it. Put them out wide. Don't let them come through the middle, bro. So people have sussed out Liverpool, but they're still top. We'll see what happens, innit?
For now, yes.
Wow. Yeah, Pete, should we move on?
All right. We can a bit of salt on Tottenham Hotspur beating Leeds 3-0. I mean, where the heck did we see that coming? Where on earth did that happen?
I mean, Son and Kane, you know what I mean? And Leeds play an open style that is always going to give away chances. So
they fell right into Mourinho's hands, didn't they?
Pretty much. Actually, I'll bring that player up later.
Huh?
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yo, man, hang on. I swear, brother, I must have taken drugs over the new year, yeah? Did Brighton draw 3-3 with Wolves?
Yeah.
Yes, they did. What a game.
Fam, I'm so sure that it was 3-0 Wolves. Like, this game was done and dusted. Maybe I just tuned out.
It was thing. No, Brighton were winning 1-0, then things scored 3.
Yeah, I was watching the game. The game was on the screen. That's what I was like. When was it 3-3? I'm baffled.
Man, I gotta go.
Yo, shout out to Ernie.
Yeah, shout out Ernie, bro.
We'll catch you next week, man. Catch you next week. Have a good one.
Inshallah.
But But I'm surprised about the 3-3. That is ridiculous. I'm absolutely shocked. Palace beating Sheffield United. Are we done with Sheffield United? Is it over now?
Done out here, cuz.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I was wrong on that. Yeah, I was totally wrong on that.
I must be behind, bro. Relax, cuz.
Okay, something's interesting happening at the moment, and I don't know what to say. So I'll wait for it to happen, and I'll let Adrian come. Because what I'm watching right now is very, very strange. Anyway.
Alisson going up for the corner.
No, nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with
They're
that.
beyond that. They're far ahead.
Brother, I'm at the next program.
By the way, Sheffield United, 16 games, 3 subs, 2 points. That's what I'm gonna say.
Man, you know,
it's fine margins with them, man.
Do you think still?
No, because do you know honestly what I put it down to? I think the fact they lost Henderson and O'Connell's been injured for the year, and the fact that they haven't added a goal scorer strikers will kill them, because they've lost about 15 games, I think it is.
Yeah.
13 of those have been banned by a margin of,
Wait, what?
of one goal.
Yeah.
And then last season they kept 19 games.
What the heck is going on, blood?
I want you guys to catch up. Just catch up. That's what you need to do.
Because then I can make sense. Because I'm very, very, very like.
What is going on, blood?
What?
Don't know.
Arsenal are crying.
Okay, you caught up. Okay.
What's going
Is
on here?
man crying? Why is man crying? Yes, that's how much it means. That's how much it means, guys. Football in your veins.
When the States go That's right, people. We can say it now that Liverpool FC have lost yet again.
It's red hot. Like it's them ones, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm like. No, there's a story behind this crying. Something has gone on. Because listen, the final whistle man went to his knees. I was like, hang on, whoa. My brother, I get it. It's not a semi-final. It's not a cup final. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it might be, bro. It might be someone he knows past or something, or maybe just beating Liverpool felt that good. That is amazing.
He is now joint third in the table.
What was I going to say? Trent Alexander-Arnold gave the ball away 38 times in this game.
Nice. Good stats, Robin. Good stats.
Yes. Now I was like, that's interesting. But it does mean if we beat Burnley next game, Manchester United are obviously top of the league, which is hilarious. How did we get here, people?
Very quickly as well, obviously Everton 0, West Ham 1. Great result for David Moyes. Back up. And to wrap it up for the weekend, Newcastle 1, Leicester City 2. I tell you what, Newcastle are gone in my opinion as well. They should be gone unless they
shout out to
new manager.
Shout out to James Madison celebration. That was very good. I liked it.
Brilliant.
What about the volley from Andy Carroll? Hasn't scored for 10 years for Newcastle.
Okay, let me get to these last comments and then we can do some awards. These guys are saying Trent has been ass. Trent has been abysmal. Trent has been he's getting all the brunt. Abdi065 says we can overtake Liverpool next Tuesday if we beat Burnley. That team is done out here.
Where's the Burnley game?
It's at Burgess Park.
Someone
left a comment. That's not my joke. Somebody left a comment saying Turf Moor is Burgess Park, and I was dying. But I was waiting for the right time to put it up, but we kept talking about other stuff.
All the games in hand games are next week. So that's when we can't say, Man United have a game in hand anymore. It ends next week.
Yeah, good. Abdi065 said Suchek is waived.
His post-match was hilarious, fam. It was a hilarious interview.
I already like him. Yeah, Footy Agenda said, are these players stupid? Why are you passing a corner in the last second of the game? This is the second consecutive time they do this, and the ref whistles through the attack. Last time they passed it to
You know what?
Ox.
As a referee, yeah, when you see like a last minute corner, yeah, and then you see the man then pass, I'll blow that whistle. Blood, bun that, fam. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, get out of here.
And you want to pass?
Before we move on, Boss Like Endo is just chatting again. He said something wild. Oscar is forgetting how we were before the 18-19 season. We were a mess, mate. Don't tell me about my own team. I want dominance.
That's right. That big energy right there.
You're talking about the 18-19 season where you won the Champions League. So he took you from obscurity where you weren't even in it. No, I know, but he took you from where you weren't even in it to a point where you're now winning it, and you're saying that you were a mess the season before. You've just won the league by a flipping landslide, and Jurgen Klopp got you there. Look, the fact that you're complaining about he's stubborn, he's complaining about a manager being stubborn. Every top manager is stubborn. Pep is stubborn. Klopp is stubborn. Wenger was stubborn. Fergie was stubborn. They all have their ways of winning, yeah? And fair enough, Klopp is in a situation right now where he has to figure it out, yeah? But I can't believe I'm here consoling Liverpool fans about Jurgen Klopp. Shut up.
Go to Oscar before we wrap. We'll do some awards.
I just want to ask Adrian quickly. How do you feel? Like, obviously, Liverpool have just lost an away game. What's going on? How are you feeling about the game?
I was watching. It was poor. It was abject, and there was never a point where I genuinely felt like we did anything remotely close to being enough to get even a point.
Oh
man,
that is so funny.
It's absolutely sickening. We ain't creating chances. The games are boring. I'm surprised if I wasn't online, I probably would have dozed off. I think if our next game is United performance, obviously I still think we're going to win the league. It was a nasty day out in Southampton.
Hey, I missed this Adrian of
this Adrian. I missed
2015, 2016 Adrian. I've missed this. This is it, man. He was spitting the bars against his football club. The climax was when Palace beat you at Anfield, and Sacco and Benteke are giving like high five. That was the highlight. I'm so glad to see this Adrian for a moment, because man, it's been too long. It's been too friggin' long. But
Lovren, like, I have to ask the question. We've come into a season with 3 centre backs, 2 of them with questionable injury records as it stands. The other one, it was a 1 in a million chance that he would go down the way he went down. And then you look there, you say to yourself, Fabinho, he can potentially cover. It wasn't wise coming into a season with 3 centre backs, because I cussed Fabinho. I cussed Pep for doing it. So I have to, yeah.
And that's my point about do we not bring Mr. Klopp, Mr. Jurgen on the conversation here?
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna quit football if you lot keep talking the way you lot are talking.
Just saying, bro. How can he have 2 centre halves? He's got Jordan Henderson. There was one moment in the game in the first half. Southampton have whipped the ball across the box. Jordan Henderson has cleared it out, and he's just, when he pans to the defender that's cleared the ball, all you see is the expression is this. For flip's sake, he was not cut out for this job today.
I hear that, but they have 3 centre back ish injuries. Like any team in the league that has 3 centre back injuries, you're fielding people that aren't centre backs in that position. I think the issue that
7 of them, we've got 7 centre backs in general. Like teams can't.
Yeah, and like 5 of them are whack. 5 of your centre backs are whack out of the 7.
At least
you got 3 centre backs as well.
At least they're centre backs. I mean, these men ain't got centre backs. They've got freaking part timers.
I expect a massive performance against Man United last week.
I think it will be.
I would too.
What do you mean? This is what I don't understand. How can you say this is on Klopp just because the players were injury prone?
No.
He didn't know.
Yeah, you should have brought a centre back. I said this. I was like,
David knows this better than anyone here.
Yeah.
How many centre backs of Football Manager do you go to a season with? How many centre backs?
Four. Straight in.
And they have to all be 4 stars, bruv.
I could do 3 starters at 1%.
I can't believe you guys. If you guys want to talk about the lack of 3 stars on a lottery, the lack of creativity, the lack of a plan outside cross and inshallah, the way to link Firmino into getting him to score more goals, or how to get the best out of Mane and Salah. That's where I'm looking at Jurgen Klopp. I'm not looking at him for the centre back issue, because it's very, very unfortunate.
I don't know, man.
I said it's unfortunate.
B Arsenal Gooner said, "Hold on, AD. If you give out points, we will have some. Thank you. This league is not done yet." Arsenal are back in the title race. Come on, B Arsenal. Believe.
All right, let's go through some awards, shall we? Who, ladies and gentlemen, had the goal of the week?
Danny Ings.
Oh,
Danny Ings.
I feel like that was better than that.
Oh. Yeah, Danny Ings was saucy. Man.
You know what it was? Eze.
For me.
Eze was good.
Even Gundogan's goal was sick.
The turn.
Gundogan.
Gundogan, the first goal.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
no, I can't lie. What I just saw with Ings' goal was mad. I can't lie.
Yeah,
I'm going with Eze. What are you lot saying?
I'm saying Eze still.
Yeah, Eze still.
Yeah,
I'm going
Eze. I was going to go Ings, but Eze will win.
Is it Eze? Is everyone saying Eze?
Yeah, it's Eze.
It's 1.5, you know. And the composure, the calmness of minds. Because if that was me and I did that, in fact, Oscar, do you remember when Zuma did that mad run, in the Champions League?
Against Ajax.
Bro, he lost his head, and I don't blame him. When the goal opens up, it's easy to do that. And the man just picked his spot. I said, fair enough.
Wait, hold on. No one, like Lola O just said KT's goal, and I was like, but no one said Saka. No one said Saka.
Yeah, Saka's goal was bangable.
It's a team goal. Yeah.
He's got a banger as well. Not gonna lie, but Eze's goal was,
I think I'm just gonna have to give it to Eze.
Just about, yeah.
Oh, do you know what? They just showed the replay of the Ings goal, and I'm thinking this is a bad goal.
Dirty.
Like, you know, Jack all, bro. You can't do Jack.
Also, Yuri Tillemans' goal was fantastic. Burial finish.
That was a finish. All right, can we vote, Peter? Can we get to the vote?
All right, I'm going Bukayo Saka. Blah! Oscar.
Ebere Eze.
Me, it's
AD.
Yeah, I'm going Eze.
Ings.
Eze.
Eze, you're the bad boy this week. You got the goal of the week. Player of the week.
That was my vote to Eze. I thought he had a fantastic game.
He came off the bench, you know.
I know.
I'm going between Kieran Tierney and Saka, but I'm being biased.
Tierney's a shout.
You are being biased. I'm going Phil Foden.
Oh, Foden. You know what it is? Saturday afternoon, my shout was Carl Darlow, you know, because I thought the way he played against Liverpool, and I think apparently his first clean sheet at St James's Park in 3 years, and he won his team a point. But Foden was a shout still.
My vote is for Foden.
If not, I want to put Eric Bailly for saving us that throughout the whole game. I thought it was fantastic.
Stop it, man.
No, I'm putting Eric Bailly in.
No. You didn't even keep a clean sheet. You didn't even keep a clean sheet. Bailly had a decent game. He's not player of the week. Get out of here, man.
He won.
Get out of here.
He won.
Yeah. How many teams won this week? What are you talking about? He won.
Not yours. Yours didn't win this week.
That's why none of my centre backs are here.
Robin, next episode, just put Man United fan because you're back.
Not yet.
United fan. He's trying to put Bailly in team of the week. Not even a young Bruno. Get out of here.
Because Bruno had an average week. It wasn't even that great.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's not by.
Yes.
Who's voting for them, bro?
Bukayo, bro.
Saka makes team of the week.
I'm going young Philly.
Yeah, I said Philly Foden still.
David, who you saying?
I'll give it to Tierney.
We got to choose between Saka and Foden now. Those are the two.
How you Saka only got one, bro?
No,
Saka got two, Foden got two. You got to pick, David.
Oh damn! I'll give it to Saka then.
Hey,
Yeah, fair enough. Do you know? I'm not even mad. He had a great week. So
who is the team of the week, ladies and gentlemen? Who are we giving this one to?
Southampton.
They cried. Guys,
they defended that whole game. You know what? They defended.
Guys, there was one performance this week that really did bring a tear to my eye. I can't lie.
And that was Man City.
Southampton.
I was making a joke about Southampton, but yeah.
Nah, man. For me, what Man City did to Chelsea, fam. Listen, jail time. They should go.
Yeah, it is 100% Man City.
Yeah,
it is 100% Man City. Yeah, but I do want to give it Southampton. The manager cried.
He cried. He bawled. The thing is, to put it into perspective, we all kind of expected City to go to beat Chelsea. Southampton beating Liverpool is a big win, and I think it has to go to them.
Are we doing this for real?
Yeah.
I think Southampton, yeah.
But you man, not in a derogatory way, because sometimes when I'm watching football, I can't appreciate it. Like I'm in the moment, if that makes sense. Like did Southampton, like I feel like we didn't even Southampton were comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they were pressured. Does that make sense?
Bro,
nah, you were knocking at the door.
You were knocking at the door the whole game.
Maybe I'm just being too critical because it's Liverpool. I thought we were awful. But,
but it wasn't like Newcastle where the keeper was making save after save.
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
The thing is, yeah, you lot were knocking, but you gotta remember, you're not like Arsenal. It's a different knock.
Wow.
This guy. Okay, listen, ladies and gentlemen. From what we saw from Manchester City at Stamford Bridge, away from home against a top side, we're gonna just let that one slide for Southampton.
Yes,
Southampton were home against the top side.
The guy cried tears, bro. He was on his knees. He prayed.
He's on his knees.
Unbelievable. Bro, let's go. Oscar says who?
Southampton.
Adrian.
Go on, then, man.
He's defeated. He's defeated.
David. Robin, I don't know if he's there, if he's gone, but yeah, I'm going to
Southampton.
All right, Southampton. I can't believe this. Southampton got 2 for me. Okay, David, who's not that guy, cuz?
I have 2 for this week, fam. I got 2, guys.
Yes.
Mention, yeah. I think it's Hall of Fame, but I'll leave it. He was born, yeah.
I'm shattered.
February 16th, 1987, in Paris, France, yeah. I'll make this one quick, yeah. He played for AC Milan, yeah. He played for Avellino, Eupen, Monza, Kilmarnock, Saint Etienne, and I think he ended his career in Cray. I don't know where that club is, bro. That is. Do anyone know where Cray is? Let me find out.
Cray, spell it.
Kray, German. It's a German.
Wow.
But yeah, and 2-2s now. He's a half brother to Gabonese superstar. And on New Year's Eve or day, they were on Instagram Live, bro. And my man. He's drunk, bro. I don't know if you saw the vid, but he's got a gun, yeah. So man pulled that thing. What's the thing? What's the thing called with the ammunition thing? The chamber thing. You can see bullets, bro, live in the thing. He pops it in the gun, like he's there skanking to music, blah, 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 blah. And then he lets it off right beside his head, bro. And his half brother is looking at him smiling, and he's just like, "Yo, what is wrong with this guy, bro?" So my honourable mention goes to William feels Willie Aubameyang. You're not that guy, bruv.
He's a PR nightmare, you know.
Oh my lord!
What are
Your
you
brother-
doing, bruv?
Man, it's the knife.
Wow.
Trying to get your brother in trouble, cuz you bruv, the guy shot Pete, the gun in his head like this, he went bow.
Are you bringing?
Oh, David,
No.
any
You don't see it.
Go to type in his name, you'll see it, bruv. The guy is a moron.
ain't he a bad agent or something?
This is half brother, cuz.
No, but in addition to that, I feel like he's like a representative or something.
I don't know, bruv. I
Bruv.
don't know.
I typed in AUB, bruv, and that was all I needed. Just barely.
The guy is a donut.
Case.
But my main one this week.
Please.
Defenders, I've not forgotten about you, bro. This gentleman, born July 17th, 1994, bro. So man's older than him, innit? Yeah. This guy, he started, where was he born? Longjumeau, France. Yeah. Started his career in Le Havre, famous football academy. They produced Bearman. Then he went and joined Marseille. 2013, then left for Monaco in 2016, won Ligue 1. And then after that, man came to Manchester City, and he wins the Premier League title. And so, as you know, pandemics happen, people have had loads of mares. Carl Walker's had mares, Grealish has had mares, but this brother has taken it to new level. 2-2s now, bro. Man, people are looking forward to Christmas. Some Boris lock off the thing. Mandemite, King's Cross, Houston, everyone trying to dip, bro. He's in Manchester, bro. He's in Manchester. Man, to be, no guests around. 2-2s now, bro. Christmas Day and Boxing Day. My man, move my girl, move the girl and that. Let me get the chef. Let's have a party.
Get the chef.
Let's have a party, man. At the same time of breaking the rules, this guy went new levels of madness. Worse than Grealish, man. Man sends a video to his boy. He's a modeling agent. He knows a couple girls still. Some girl from London to visit, man. Yeah. Now, me quoting, bro, in the video, wearing his club training kit, bro. I'm not even wearing normal clothes, bro.
Club training kit.
Let me
Not doing his uniform.
Let me not make my owner, the Sheik, look bad, bruv. Let me have on his thing, man. Etihad Airways is on deck. Abu Dhabi.
Oh my days.
The agent, bruv. You good, bro? You know with all the girls you have, I want some, bruv. Yeah. And then to make it worse, yeah, he goes and adds on, yeah. But I'm scared because my girlfriend is from London and she knows too much girl. So no face and he goes on to declare he wanted a big bum Latina.
Mom's ordering kicks like he's
Oh man.
This one is a Hall of Fame. He has to be in there. Benjamin Mendy, you're not that guy, Frank. You dumb, bro.
Oh my days. Yeah.
Across the border like it was contraband. Criminal.
Man, Latina, bro. None of that, bro. Hey,
Oh my days.
find him, bro. You need to find him hard, bro.
Now, you know what, yeah? Hey, real talk. Benjamin Mendy is a fool, blood. He's a fool. That's the best way to describe it. He is a fool. Hall of Fame.
Guess what?
I don't
He's
know.
got 2 Premier Leagues, a World Cup, countless Carabao Cups. How much of a fool is he? maybe I'm the fool.
He
Yeah,
doesn't do anything. He's just there.
guys. I think we've. I think, to be honest, we might have him in the wrong category. He should be Player of the Week.
Oh. Guy is not serious, bruv. The guy is not serious. He is not. He's a
He's
fool.
not serious. He's not a footballer. He's not a footballer.
He's not. He's playing. He's had more days off the pitch than on. I swear, for Man City.
He just had a good time.
And France.
Oh, I need to see a fine blood. Shake man, so I need to see a fine blood. It's man, in my training kit, you're saying I want big bum Latina, bro. No.
Yeah. It's
always on the tinkers. No,
you couldn't write this.
You couldn't make it up.
If you're trying to do fantasy, you couldn't make this one up. He's literally giving us the content. Honestly, this is a hilarious. Yeah, that is not serious, man. He is here. You know what?
Vibes.
He is who Pepe wants to be. I swear to you, Nicolas Pepe. I guarantee he heads in that direction. Something tells me he heads in that same direction.
He seems like a family man. I don't know. I could be wrong. He just seems mellow.
Far from.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because like when he was celebrating, he didn't want to drink the alcohol, so I thought it was a bit,
I don't know, maybe. But man, I tell you what, this COVID pandemic scenario has really given us some hilarious stories. The mares that have gone on in the pandemic, bro, true colors. Let me tell you, we are seeing shenanigans, guys. We are seeing them at our feet. It's ridiculous. I have no words for this. He is definitely Hall of Fame. My man was this gal from London with a big bomb Latina. I can't believe him. Oh man,
he's a second ballot paper. He's getting in that man. You like, yeah, he's solid.
And by the way,
yeah. See when they flying thing, Abu Dhabi, whatever the Etihad thing, yeah, he needs to fly economy, bro.
Oh man,
economy, bro. You can't
send them
back, bro.
Send them with the commoners. Oh my days, fam. I honestly, I've just seen the video, Aubameyang's brother's video. What a tool! What an idiot! The thing is, he's close to blowing off his own head.
Bro, I'm looking at the thing. What's his name? Pierre.
It's worse, yeah. I'm looking at Aubameyang's reaction like, yo, this is awkward FC. I don't know if it's just one of those. That's how he's looking at it, because I don't know, man. This was mental.
That could have been a tragedy, you know? It was millimeters, inches from being a different story.
Serious?
We're not laughing about it. And I'm offering our condolences.
Oh, man. Right, lads. It's FA Cup football next week, so everyone's going to take a breather. Yeah, a breather. There isn't any FA Cup football worthy of talking. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just the League Cup as well, which is annoying.
League Cup, yeah.
Oh, Jurgen Klopp.
Huh?
Put your gender says, not that guy number 2. Jurgen Norbert Klopp. You cannot cross your way to victory when the average height of your front line is 1.77 meters. Be ruthless and cut the injury-prone and deadwood Matip, Gomez, Shaqiri, Keita, Ox, Origi.
Do you know what's mad?
You didn't have the funds.
No, but I had that same thought. Like, I think it was this afternoon. I was looking at Liverpool team photo. I think it popped up on Twitter. I just said, pair of these men are surplus, you know. Pair of them.
Yeah. Adrian, you've in the FA Cup. You've got Villa away. That should be tasty.
I'll be honest with you, man.
Hi. So I remember there's a comment from Abdi saying that we need to focus on the League Cup. I hear you, but bro,
yeah, there was.
I don't want to see any of the first team until Liverpool. Oh no, until Burnley. No Carabao Cup. I don't care about that. I don't care about the FA Cup next week. I need rest until Burnley. The league is your bread and butter. That is my thought and mindset right now. Bun Europa League, bun the FA Cup, and bun that. It would be
Why
nice
would
to
United care about what you want, Robin? You're not even a fan.
I'm an associate. I got to associate from associating with myself with them. Got to put them forward.
I don't know, man.
I said, you know,
What do you provide as an associate?
I'd love to watch you like with
Analysis. I watched them. You gotta watch them. It's a business. I mean, it's a business.
Yo.
Yeah. The next pod, you better have United fan in your app. Can't be talking about title challenge or no.
Hey.
Nominating Eric Bailly for Player of the Week after a tackle.
Man, nominate Eric Bailly, you know. I'm fuming.
Yo, SW6, bro. AD was just
Listen, honestly, it was a different era of life. Adrian was losing the plot, fam. Oh my God.
Hey, the Manchester derby. That's one. Arsenal beat us was a 4-0 when Bellerin tore Moreno a new one. And I said, this guy's not good enough. He's not fit to wear the shirt. That was
It was at half time. It was at half
I
time.
will never forget the Europa League final versus Sevilla. I will never forget that.
And because you know what? I said, you know what? I'll give him another chance. And then the next season, I think it was Arsenal. He does the same thing. He's a clown.
Yeah. So it is SW6. The thing is, before Liverpool were a good side, Adrian used to just rant every week. It was a different player every week. It was Sacco, it was Lovren, it was Moreno. He always had ammo for someone. Oh yeah, them lot.
Oh, Mark,
Do you remember first game of the season? Yeah, first game at Watford, blood, and then man there drew 3-3. I was dying. I was dead. The 3-3
Yeah.
Watford. I swear Norwich Norwich gave you like 3. I think you won 5-3 in the end, but they gave you quite a lot. The FA Cup semi-final against Villa, was pure gold.
When
Pure
Lovren took that shot, you cheeky sod. I was mad. Come on.
What's boss like? Allow it, bro. Allow it.
No, he was. No. Up to the Dortmund game, and then he failed his drugs test. Him and Lovren were decent for that period of time. I agree.
Sacco,
Fair enough.
Man, that was the character and a half. All right, are we doing a pod next Monday?
I have to keep the fifth, man.
Potentially.
Are we doing like a?
Yeah, I think we should.
No, we should. Some FA Cup action.
We could do a shorter one. We don't need to be on for 2.5 hours. We can do a shorter version.
That's fine. And then we can
Abdi065 said Lampard is Chelsea's worst manager in the Abramovich era. I'm sure you've all seen that graphic going around.
It's opinion, you know.
It's amazing how many goals he's done in that tier.
What's the stat? Is it points per game? Right?
Yeah. No, guys. I have to interrupt. Man is still crying. In the
interview. You can't try it now. Half an hour.
I guess it's. There's got to be a reason behind it. I'm sure in his interview he'll explain why he's crying.
Man.
What's that? Ender said, "Shut up, Oscar, man. You're jarring me. Stop thinking you know more about my team than me." No, it's not. It's not that. It's just when Adrian ranted about Sacco, I remember it so vividly that in my mind, Sacco. Yeah, go on.
And in fairness, that rant was when he was a Crystal Palace player when he celebrated the decades winner.
Oh, I remember that day. Oh, that podcast was hilarious.
That rant. That's been etched in my brain. But yeah, like
Gerard's last game.
I didn't rant about the 6-1. I think I was close to tears. I was just like, same old story. We let him down again.
You see, this is the kind of stuff that Klopp saved you from. So that's why I'm like the bad mouthing of Klopp. I don't really want to hear it.
I don't even understand, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he needs to get it right now. But okay, fair enough. Boss Ando said Sacco was good in his last season. Fair enough. Yeah, is that all? Is that all, guys?
Yeah, that's it.
Looks like it,
That's
fam.
everything, lads. Thank you for locking in once again. Happy New Year to all the top 4 listeners. Make sure you catch us on Twitter at Top 4 Podcast, on Spotify, on iTunes, on SoundCloud. We are live, yeah? We are live Monday, 8 p.m. You done know. Big up everyone, bruv. Who knows? Leicester might be top of the league next time we come on. So, yeah. With that, ladies and gentlemen, peace.
FA Cup weekend.